Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for once again another match of round 7 of the Bunnings NPC. This one is going to be Championship taking on Premiership, where we see Waikato taking on Taranaki in what should be a very exciting contest. Waikato, they have had to kind of be restricted in the last few weeks in terms of the locations that they've been able to play. I believe the last match that they played was up against Northland, and it was actually a defeat, so they will be keen to get back on the winning track. Otago almost were able to beat Taranaki last week, but in the end, Taranaki able to get the win. So I'm very excited to see what this one will do to both sides of the table. As we know, there will no longer be the promotion and relegation, but Taranaki at the moment, they are sitting very comfortably at the moment, sitting on 22 points with Manawatu just behind them. Then looking through a few of these other sides, Otago played Northland yesterday, and they were able to get the win. And also we have got their X at the same time as well, says Sam. And also we have got their Go the Naki and Go Waikato from Reed, and also Paddy, and also Hey I Watch when I get back home, says Dylan. No worries there, mate. But at this stage, we are around 5 minutes away from the kickoff. Then looking through the Premiership. Now, Hawke's Bay are sitting top of the bunch at the moment. They are playing a little bit later on tonight up against Canterbury. And then also Waikato, this side, they didn't actually end up having too many losses on the cards. They were able to beat Tasman, which was a very impressive one indeed. But then also just a final minute loss to Canterbury as well, who will be playing Hawke's Bay, like I mentioned. But this is going to be a very exciting one. We will show the starting lineup and reserves for both of these sides. Waikato at the moment, Liam Coombs Fabling. He is the leading try scorer in the competition, sitting on, I think he's around about 7 or so, I want to say, but I could be wrong there, but he has been very impressive. Also, Masisi Dawai out on the other wing will be one to watch out for. And then it will also be Xavier Rose starting at 9, could be an interesting shout. Tamani going to get the opportunity to start at 8 alongside Hamilton Burr and also Mitch Jacobson. Who do you like more, me or Brandon as well, says Sam. I don't like to pick favourites, but here we have. Let's got there. Hey, howdy, hey, yo, says it. Katie Dixon there in the chat. Welcome in. What time is it at the moment? It must be sitting at, I want to say it is in the morning. Is it? No, it might be nighttime, actually, if I'm not wrong, which it could be. What is the time at the moment, Katie? Is it around, I think it's 9 something. It's either 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. It's one of the two, but do let me know. And at this stage, we will show the starting lineup also for Taranaki, the away side in this matchup, but they have got a very strong side as well. Ricky Riccatelli in that front row, possibly going for a rolling maul perhaps, but then if they go for the scrum, Peter Gus Sawakula off the back was able to score himself a try last week up against Otago. They have got Crowley and also Potros as the 19 combo. 17 degrees at the moment in Tauranga, which is where this game is taking place. 15 kilometres a win as well, not too bad. But then in the back line as well, Kini Naholo, recently signed for the Crusaders, will be able to get himself another try in this competition. Stephen Perofeta at fullback, and then Jacob Ratavaitavuki Nepkins going to be out on the other side. And yeah, it's going to be very exciting to see what he can do out on that wing as well. But we are only a few minutes away. Riley Bennett said, hey, man, remember me? I do indeed, mate. It's good to see you once again. And Light Starts has said, g'day, mate. You're a machine. You just keep going as well. And yeah, I'll be honest, my eyes are getting a little bit tired already. We are only at 2 p.m. New Zealand time, but we got up super early for the match at a time that we don't normally cover games, unless, of course, I have gone right through the kind of night, I guess you could say, here on YouTube Studio. It's set on Xbox as well. Says Sam, and also we have got the, it's 7 p.m. in the high desert, Hamish, as well. Yes, I wasn't very close, was I? That's about, okay, so I was about 7 hours off, or sorry, a couple hours off at least there. And also we have got the do a video, I know as well, says Sam. And also we have got the Ricky Riccatelli has an awesome name, says Jody Blaze. He does indeed. Very catchy off the tongue. And perhaps he will be able to get himself a try in this one, and we will get to say it many, many times in a row. But there is a couple on the line for this match by the looks of it. But Taranaki making their way out onto the park at Tauranga for this match. They've got about 50 people, I would say, in attendance for this game as well. This is the first of 3 matches back to back to back. We do see here Bradley Slater is going to be making his way out onto the field. 25 matches for that man. Debut in 2017. 4 tries so far. He would love to be able to add another one to the try scorers list. And I feel like the last time we saw Taranaki play, they didn't score as many points as everyone thought that they would. So that is why I feel like this game will be a very high-scoring one between Waikato and Taranaki, and it could actually go either way. Waikato are the favourites because of the fact that they are in the Premiership, but they had a bye last week. They lost to Northland, and then they had that big win over Tasman a couple of weeks ago, 39 points to 22. And then I think I need to mention something very quickly. They have got a Ranfurly Shield Challenge next week, and that is up against Hawke's Bay, so they need to make sure they have a good performance here and build themselves some momentum heading into that conference, or heading into that match, I should say. Could also determine who is going to be sitting 1 and 2 for the later stages of the Bunnings NPC competition. Brandon is YouTube Studio on Xbox, but I think he is. He not come to this one. We have to wait and see as well, says Sam there. Nonetheless, at this stage, it is going to be Waikato at I guess their home ground, but not really, because we are in Tauranga is Sean Fake Dreadlongs Wainui on the Taranaki bench. One moment, we will have a quick look. He is not. They have instead gone with Daniel Rona and also Vereni Tikoi Solomoni, sorry. Pronounce that one a little bit rough, but at this stage, it is going to be Waikato kicking off from right to left for this match of the Bunnings NPC, the second one of round 7. We have also got a game tomorrow, Tasman versus Bay of Plenty, but it is not actually a part of the competition. It is just a friendly, but Fletcher Smith gets us underway here, and it's going to be taken very nicely straight away by Mickey Williams. Going back across now, Crawley gives it a Bradley Slater, first carry of the match for that man. And at this stage, I'm excited to see who's going to be able to score the first try. Taranaki versus Otago. It didn't take too long at all for that one yesterday for Otago to be able to score 2 tries. Tell you what, that's an awkward kick there, and Fletcher Smith not quite able to find it. And now it is going to be the line out here. Go Taranaki as well. Says it Katie Dixon to do. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think is going to be scoring the first try of this match? I'm going Peter Gus Sawakula off the back of the scrum, number 8. Or actually not off the back of a scrum, just in general. Peter Gus Sawakula for Taranaki. Even though they are the underdog, I am going to say that he is going to be the man who will be able to score himself the try. But now at this stage, it is going to be a free kick to Taranaki there. You must pass the ball back. Do not slide back through is the call from the referee. I'm just seeing whether or not our scoreboard has decided that it wants to work today. Doesn't seem like it has yet, so maybe it is flash score that is behind. We will have to wait and see. But now Jason Potros, what does he decide to do? Do you take on the 3 points, or do you go for the corner? They are going for the 3 points straight away, and it will be Stephen Perafeta who will be in charge of this one. What we will do quickly while he is lining that one up is we are going to remove that, and we are going to be able to hopefully get ourselves the scoreboard up and running. Oh, it wasn't due to the fact that it wasn't working. It was just the fact that Flash Score have not pressed the button yet that says that it has started. So that is all right. No worries there. We will put that back up on the screen, and hopefully they do update it in a very short moment. But Stephen Perafeta at the moment, the most points in the Bunnings NPC competition on 93, followed very closely by Manawatu's Brett Cameron and then Mitch Hunt on 76, just a little bit far behind. At this stage, Stephen Perafeta signed for the Blues in Super Rugby. They have got some very talented players. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has not even had an opportunity for Auckland throughout the Bunnings NPC Flash Score as well. And All Blacks versus USA is going to be live on YouTube. As well, says Shane Hayes. I believe that is the rematch from 2004 or somewhere around there. If I'm not wrong, is that one the one that you are talking about, Shane? But yeah, the likes of Dan Carter, Richie McCaw, and all sorts going to be in there as well. That's going to be kicked downfield. He's got it. Stephen Perafeta. And now the score to Taranaki at the moment is going to be 3-0 as well, and for real as well. Says Katie Dixon, because I know that they are premiering it onto their channel. Yes Game on YouTube as well, says Shane. And also Stephen Perafeta played well versus the British and Irish Lions in 2017, considering he was fresh out of high school. And he's a very talented player, and I just hope he gets enough game time for the Blues throughout this season, because I know that they've lost a couple of those men in the back line, the likes of a TJ Faiani, who is in their centre. So maybe, they've got a lot of decision-making to do, because they've also got Bryce Heem, who's recently come in as a player that should be one to watch out for in the future. But now it's going to be Crawley. Passes it back now to Tom Florence. Potros gives it to Perafeta, and now it's going to be the drawing pass. Getting Naholo down the wing now. He has been tripped. Almost ended up kicking a player in the face there as he was running down the wing. Now Taranaki's got this ball 30 metres out from their own line now. Drawing pass. Beautiful floaty ball, and it is going to be taken nicely there by Jacob Ratavaitavuki Nepskins. Now Bradley Slater cut him back on the inside. Just trying to run over the top of Xavier Rowe, but he has been dragged down on the 22 now. Referee's playing advantage as well. Now it's going to be the wide cutout pass out to Kini Naholo, backing himself. He has been dragged down though. Still available here for Taranaki. Ricky Riccatelli able to claim that loose ball. Dragged down once again just on that 22. Mitch Jacobson straight in there, and it's going to be another penalty as well. And maybe bars will open as well, says Shane. And yeah, hopefully we do get to see some crowds at these games very soon, because of the fact that I believe it has to be level 2 or level 1 for them to be able to get more than 50 people in attendance. Because at the end of the day, they're playing in Tauranga because of the fact that Waikato are still in level 3 lockdown. So it does mean that they aren't actually able to have any of their games there. Same with Northland as well. They have been relocated to Rotorua, I believe it was, if I'm not wrong, that they played their game yesterday. But Kini Naholo, it was a good ankle tap in the end by Balin Sullivan. Had to be made, or else Kini Naholo was going to run over the top of him. And then Jacob Maitavuki Nepkins was able to find the ball to Bradley Slater, who's looking like a bulldozer in the early stages of this one as well. But now, once again, straight out in front, it's going to be a 3-point opportunity for Taranaki. So this would give them a 6-point lead after only 4.5 minutes. which would be very impressive indeed for them. In a game that they are the underdogs for, but this is certainly a very good start to the match for them as well. I am just having a look. I believe George was considering coming around for either this one or for the next match, I believe it was. But Peter Feta also has the second best kicking percentage in that one. Hey, are you still making moderators? If you are, I need to be one as well. Says O'Reilly Bennett. At this stage, we were doing our little tester period with, I believe we have got 4 moderators at the moment, but if it does end up speeding up, we will be looking for a few more as well. That one has gone straight over the middle, and now it's going to be 6-0 in this match over Taranaki over Waikato, I should say, as well. It sounds like the referee's having a few technical difficulties with the TMO, perhaps, and also we have got the Highlanders games in Dunedin. Won't be the same without the Zoo if we stay at level 2 as well, says Jane. Yeah, it would be a big shame if we didn't get to see kind of that atmosphere at Forsyth Park, because I believe it would have been a pretty insane one for the All Blacks versus Springboks 100th Test match if it had taken place there. But this one's going to be kicked off short by Fletcher Smith, bouncing now on the side of the Waikato side. It's actually going to be Taranaki who have got that ball. Looked like there was almost a double knock on, but neither of them have been caught. So now it is going to be going back once again, and it's going to be Stephen Petafeta selling the dummy driving forward, but tackled by Sullivan. Firing it back once again, Crawley gives it off to Potros. And Taranaki trying to build their way towards the 22 once again. If they can get themselves a third penalty, it's going to be kicked in behind them. And a nice little chip. Xavier Rowe takes it nicely. And now running onto it. It was going to be, it was Bowden Waka who was able to get a opportunity there. Xavier Rowe now going short side, drawing pass, not quite opening up there for Tamani. And number 8, counter ruck from Taranaki, but it's still going to be available for Gideon Rappling now. Gets it back to Lachlan McWannell. Still available for Waikato. Doesn't look like they're going to be kicking this one. Instead, looking like they are going to keep on hitting it up. Although Xavier Rowe now buys it back to Fletcher Smith, using their back line once again now. Trying to pierce the gap, not quite able to. I believe it would have been Hamilton Bird to get tackled there. And it's a penalty to Taranaki because of not releasing. We have also got the Oracle in 2016 when the ABs played Ireland in Chicago. The ABs soaked up the American culture, celebrating the Cubs win the World Series, eating huge deep dish pizzas, basically on holiday as well. And that is awesome and sweet. I wonder if there's any vlogs as well, says Katie Dixon. I know that Rico Ioane's got his YouTube channel, so perhaps he might consider doing another vlog. Although I remember the last time that he did upload a video, it was right after, it was actually before, that game where he did drop the ball when he did have like an easy try and he ended up kind of throwing the ball down. So everyone was just commenting on his YouTube channel saying use 2 hands, unfortunately for the man. And I don't know whether or not he's uploaded since, but now 45 meters out. Once again, Taranaki going to have another opportunity to get themselves some points on the board. 7 minutes in at the moment. Looks like there's a little bit of wind there, about 15 kilometers, I believe I said at the start of this match. But Stephen Petafeta, very, very good kicking accuracy. Tell you what, Kenny Naholo is a bigger man than I expected. Like, I knew he was solid, but he looks even more solid in the background there. Looks like a dangerous man to run over the top of some players. And his brother, Waisaki Naholo, going to be coming off the bench for Canterbury in their game up against Hawke's Bay. That is going to be kicking off at 4:35 p.m. New Zealand time. Now, Petafeta going to be lining it up as well. We have got Hay from It Was Trav. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And the ABs lads look like they were bloated and unfit from all the American treats. Professional sportsmen living like average shows as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also, I haven't watched any of Rico's vlogs yet, even though I'm subbed to him. The been through all of Artie Savia's podcasts, though, as well, says Katie Dixon. I believe I've watched a few of them. Of Artie Savia's. Has he got that one? Petafeta, yes, he does indeed. So now he's got 100 points for the season, they have just said, and he has been able to nail that kick from 45 out, and now Taranaki going to be sitting 9-0 up over Waikato. They just haven't given them an opportunity yet. And at the moment, the Mooloo's under a lot of pressure to not let Taranaki get any more penalties. They've been able to just keep on ticking them over. It has been working very nicely indeed. Love your streams as well. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated you being here for the Bunnings NPC one. This is our first of 2 Bunnings NPC's live streams that we are going to be doing for today. Peter Gasoakola claiming that one for Taranaki. Now it's going to be Crowley firing it back to Potros. Wise cut out pass out to Kenny Naholo now. And tell you what, it will be a Liam Coombs fabling out on that wing who will have his hands full, but that one has gone into his hands now because of the fact that he has dropped the ball. Fire back now for Fletcher Smith on the halfway line at the moment, and it's a good attacking run from Waikato. Trying to pierce the gap here. It's Waka. Going to be dragged down 30 metres out from the line. Almost Tay Walden's ball. Now firing it back across field. It's going to be Dyer. To the hands of the number 4 now. James stuck again in the carry. Xavier Roach 30 metres out straight out in front. Fletcher Smith now using the back line very nicely here for Waikato. Little offload on the inside, and it's going to be Tamani now, who is dragged down 25 out. Xavier Rowe Seeing the opportunity to go back across field. It's gone through the hands of Fletcher Smith now. Now it's loose, but it has been claimed by Coombs Abling once again. It's the leading try scorer of the competition at this stage, just ahead of Lester Whainauku, I believe, is the one man who is in front. Stephen Messer now going to have the carry. Good run forward, but Tom Florence able to drag him down almost. Able to win himself the penalty. He almost got it, but now it's going to be a knock-on advantage. They've got Kenny Naholo for the draw and pass. He's got pace as well. He's stepping on the inside draw and pass. Almost able to happen. He's got it back to Potros now. It's going to be Crawley, Ricky Riccatelli lined up. Peter Gassakula, no look pass. Peter Fetters put it down. And it is now going to be a scrum, or is it? No, it's going to continue because of the fact that oh no, they have gone back. Tell you what, that was a little bit of a hectic few moments of the game as well. How the games go overnight as well, says Shane. So pretty much, I believe the games that you might be talking about are the URC games, which is the game between, it was Ulster. They were able to beat the Lions 28 points to 10, and then the Stormers were able to get the win over the Dragons 26 points, or 24 points to 10, sorry. And then the Ulster game was 26 to 10 over the Lions. I'm yet to really do much apart from eating since the streams this morning. So I am too, so I too am bloated and unfit. And also we have got the how you go, mate, says Trav. And also there, bloated and unfit is the perfect description to use after one of those, or one has consumed American food as well. Says Katie Dixon, there are certainly large portions, aren't there? All Blacks tomorrow, yes, as well. Says Reed Nichols, I believe they are showing that game on the All Blacks YouTube channel for All Blacks versus USA. So that will be one that will be very entertaining to watch. Because I don't actually know whether or not I've watched that game from 2004. I might have missed it, so it will be pretty awesome getting to see that one. And I believe we have got another live stream on cards, and it's going to be another penalty for Taranaki there at scrum time. Even though it was a scrum feed for Waikato, it was George Dyer just put under all sorts of pressure, I should say. I believe it would have been by Michael Bent, I want to say, but I could be wrong there. Yes, it was indeed. Look at him, the big man, 4 penalties against Waikato so far. And Stephen Perafeta now, 11 and a half minutes in, will get another opportunity to add 3 points as well. Very well, thank you, mate. And how are you as well? And we have got there, Reed Nichols, right with you, mate, as well. From Trav there, yeah, it's going to be a good game to be able to watch. And then it does mean that we are only about a week and a half away from getting to see it. Or sorry, 2 weeks it might be. No, actually, it's only 8 days or so till that next match, which is pretty awesome. That is getting very, very close. But Stephen Petterfit at the moment trying to extend this lead just a little bit further. 12 points unanswered at the moment for Taranaki. And it is one of those ones, Waikato, they have to be very careful. They've given away 4 penalties inside of the half of their own half, I should say. And from there, Stephen Petterfit has been able to tick it over 4 times. And Taranaki will have a 12-point lead over Waikato, which does now mean maybe Waikato change their game plan a little bit. They won't be able to take the 3 points as often as maybe they would have considered. It will mean that they will have to try their best to be able to get themselves a couple more tries in this first half. And I'm thinking Liam Coombs Fabling could be the man to do it. Good and bad, because I'm here. Sad because in my Discord got muted for 5 hours, and because I can't find my Nintendo controller to play on my TV as well. Says Trav, we actually set up the Kiwi Lads Discord, although I haven't actually found out how to put a link to that Discord yet. It is just myself in there at this stage, but I will have to work out how to get that going so that you guys can join it as well. But tackles so far, Waikato have made 20 tackles, but they've given away 4 penalties, and all 4 of those penalties have led to the points. And also at this stage, 2 handling errors from Taranaki. So Waikato, they just need to get their hands on the ball for a little bit longer. It's taken nicely there once again by Williams. Look at there. I hope you find your controller soon. As well, says Katie Dixon there, is still going to be available, and it's going to be Crowley now passing it back to Tom Florence with a bit of a step. 30 metres out from their own line, and it is going to be 5 back to Potros in the pocket, almost. A little bit too much pressure on him to be able to clear it, but it is going high. It's an awkward one. Fletcher Smith can't see the ball, but he has been able to take it nicely. The sun looks like it's a real problem, but now it's going to be up the middle here. Balin Sullivan with the step as well, trying to link up, but he is dragged down by Potros. And Sawakula, Xavier Rowe now gives it off to Fletcher Smith. Trying to get the draw and pass going to Mani. Quick hands from Coombs Fabling. Now Gideon Rappling going to be dragged down by Kenny Naholo. Well, Waikato have got their first chance inside of the 22 of Taranaki. It's going to be George Dyer. Dragged down once again by Sawakula. Fletcher Smith now with an attacking run. Gives it off to Stephen Messer. Trying to break the tackle, but he has been dragged down low as well. Now Fletcher Smith gives it off to Balin Sullivan. Mosisi Tawai hit the man on the outside, instead cut inwards. It did mean that he did miss out on the ball. It's going to be an advantage there. Tom Florence giving away the penalty. George Dyer now. Only a couple metres short of the line now. It's Xavier Rowe going to the short side. Mosisi Tawai backs himself and he scores a try as well. And I feel like at that stage he almost had to, because of the fact that he did possibly blow an opportunity for that try a little bit earlier on. But we will add his name. Mosisi Tawai is the man who was able to score it. We will go like that. And we will go like that as well. Masisi Dawai scoring the try in around the 17th minute of this game as well. So it's seeming like that's the wrong team. They have given Taranaki the point. Someone at Flash Score is really struggling to work out these two teams. But yeah, Masisi Dawai able to score it in the 16th minute, and now Waikato are going to be right back into this match. Hopefully they do update their scoreboard very soon. And also we have got there, it's live voice chat as well. Says Katie Dixon, I watch the games when they show on YouTube as well. Says Shane, and also what is Discord? Please enlighten me. I'm very not very clued up with these technology thingies. So pretty much so we could like talk to each other on it. Says that Johnny Blaze. So the way that me and George use it is it's pretty much from our GTA live streams. Me and George are actually in a Discord call, but you can kind of type as well and kind of send things through typing and that kind of thing as well. It is available on phone and also on computer at this stage. I'm not sure whether or not it's on consoles though. Now it is going to be Fletcher Smith who have the opportunity. Oh, sorry, they didn't actually add the try to Taranaki. They just waited a little bit longer to give it to Waikato, and also, yep, as well from Katie Dixon there. And also, if anyone remembers Ventral, you are officially old like me. Ventrilo. Is that like a messaging site, Katie, or something? Oh, that one has not gone over from Fletcher Smith, unfortunately, for him. So the score is going to remain 5 points to Waikato and 12 to Taranaki. So they've been able to get a little bit further back into this one now. But seems like at this stage it is going to be a very high-scoring game. Hopefully we get to see 50 points on the board. I'd be pretty happy with by the end of this one, as we are only 16 minutes through and we have already had ourselves 1 try and 4 penalties as well. I remember MySpace. I don't think I ever used it, though. I think I just remember people talking about it for the messaging side. So that's going to be taken nicely by it will be James Tucker now trying to drive his way forward. I live under a rock. I have no idea. When I do my invoices, emails on the laptop, I'm like a one-finger typer, and what should take 5 minutes to type takes me an hour as well, says Johnny Blaze. I think I am a little bit the same with my typing. I'm not very smooth. I'm kind of the do this, but I just end up pressing the right one at the right time. Although anytime I try and use A, I end up hitting a caps lock. Now it's going to be Jacob Ratamaitavuki Nepkins trying to make his way forward. Crowley going to the short side. Tom Florence with that step as well. Dragged down by Masisi Dawai. But Taranaki looking like they want to get straight back into this one and get themselves another possible points on the board. They take the full 7 if it was available, but Potteros now going to be passing it back. Peter Feder now drawing pass. No, it's been dropped, and now it's going to be Liam Coombs-Fabley offloading it to Fletcher Smith, and now the space is opening up for them as well. And Waikato at the moment looking for the offload. He has been able to find it as well into the hands of the number 1 here, which in this one is Aiden Johnson, now firing it back for Waikato once again, trying to use the back line. Looked a little bit high there, Tamani. Was it high? And because of it, it is going to be the advantage to Waikato once again. Fletcher Smith now goes back to Stephen Messer, trying to back his pace a little bit. Finds the offload on the outside as well to McWannell. Leapfrogging people at the moment. McWannell just selling dummies on the outside, linking up with his locking partner. And James Tucker is going to be scoring the try. Runs a little bit closer to the post as well. What a try that is for Waikato. So Taranaki, they were able to get themselves 4 penalties back to back, but now James Tucker, the big man, running over there. And that was Lock linking up beautifully. And now because of it, it means 17 minutes in, they have been able to score themselves another one. You know what's George Dyer went to Fletcher Smith. Stephen Messer back the pace, the big man. Went on the outside to Lachlan McWannell. Almost ended up hurdling Crowley and then linking up nicely with Tucker on the outside. And Peter Feta was not able to catch him. Also run it in a little bit closer to the post to make it a little bit of an easier kick. But at this stage, it will be 10 points to Waikato and 12 to Taranaki. In the early stages, we have got their locks going crazy. They were indeed. It was a very awesome link up between the two locks for Waikato. James Tucker having the kind of, I guess you could say, the vision to know to kind of run it in a little bit further just to make it a little bit nicer for Fletcher Smith as well. I missed the early 2000s and the 90s. I want to go back as well. And I used it a lot in my old gaming guild as well. And it was a old chat client from the early 2000s as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we've got there, I put batteries in one of my old Tamagotchi this week because I missed the 90s so much. Did it work, KG, in the end? Because I know that Tamagotchis, they were like the big thing, weren't they, of pretty much, I guess, I'm trying to think of what the newest kind of thing of kind of Tamagotchi is. I guess The Sims in a way, in a like kind of weird dimensional kind of transition because of the fact that you got to look after the little people. That one has gone over from Fletcher Smith, and now the score is going to be 12 to Taranaki and 12 to Waikato after only the 19 minutes. We are in for a high scoring one here, ladies and gentlemen, by the looks of it. And yeah, it still works. I have a hideous abundance of Tamagotchi as well. And did it work as well, says Johnny Blaze there. But yeah, this stage, both sides working hard in the first 20, 24 points already scored in this game. I'm hopefully going to see this update in a very short moment as well, but it's going to be kicked off once again by Taranaki, and now it's in the hands of Tamani trying to drive forward. Tackled by Tay Walden, though. Just inside of the 22 at the moment for Waikato, and they will be looking for the touchline. I'm freakish obsessed. Sorry. Oh, it's going to be charged down. Is it going to be? No, not quite. It was almost the Taranaki number 4. It was able to score it there. Scott Jury almost got himself a try there. I didn't even see that one coming. I thought it was just going to be kicked into the touch, but we have got the I'm freakishly obsessed with virtual pets. Sorry. I probably need help as well, says Katie Dixon. I'm trying to think of if, oh, that was a great charge down from Jury, but just not quite able to chase it down. I'm trying to think of whether or not I had any virtual pets or anything. I feel like I probably, what have I played that's got a pet in it? I mean, we've seen Far Cry. I think that's probably the closest thing to a virtual pet that I've got myself at this stage. It's going to be now Lachlan McWannell trying to get straight on the ball, but it's still available for Taranaki. 45 metres out. Potteros now using the backline. Perifeta wide cut-out pass once again seems to be a staple for Taranaki throughout this match. Kenny Naholo just breaking through. The big man he's going for. I've said the big man many times. He tried to draw and pass on the inside. Tay Walden able to flick it back, and it's available for Bradley Slater. It's a little knock on from Waikato as well, so they have got the advantage. Tell you what, Kenny Naholo, he's going to be dangerous at the Crusaders when he gets the opportunity. Now it's going to be Kenny Naholo. Sorry, it's not the name of it. It's going to be draw and pass here. Peter Kasawakula. He's got Tom Florence on the outside. He's going himself there. And Peter Kasawakula scores the try once again. Then it's 2 weeks in a row for the number 8. I almost got it right. I said that he was going to score the first try of the match. I didn't say for Taranaki, but Peter Kasawakula, tell you what, he had to score it because I will say once again, Tom Florence was a mile open on the outside. They're actually going upstairs. Now, originally Tay Walden, I thought, may have had that little knock on. So I think we are checking that one. See whether or not this is a knock on. I might not quite add Sawakula to the line just quite yet, but we are going to put the name there so that it is ready to go. Sawakula. So they are going to be checking a couple things here to see whether or not this is going to be a knock on or Kenny Naholo possibly ending up with the 4 pass perhaps for the referees. They will be tired at this stage because this game has been going backwards and forwards. Hopefully they do update the score right. It has got it as 17 for Taranaki, but that is not a guarantee at this stage of whether or not he was able to score it right. Kenny Naholo here. So he passes the ball back, and then from there, Tay Walden tries to grab this one. Did he have control of the ball? Oh, it's a tough one because he almost had one hand on the ball the whole time as it was falling a little bit. So whether or not it did leave the hands completely here for Tay Walden or whether it was just a little bit of a juggle. I feel like he might still have slight control of that ball. We will quickly go like that. Just for now, whoever's got their TMO as well says, no, Mum, and also take my pets. Sometimes they piss me off. I made sausages for lunch for the kids and we went to wash their hands. Come back and the dogs are eating our food as well. Says that Jody Blaze. And also Tamagotchi and Gigapets and Dinky Dinos and all those Sega Mushy King bug games as well. No try. Okay, no try by, so it is going to be a knock-on. So Peter Sawakula does not get the opportunity. So now I feel like in that situation, maybe it's better off that Tom Florence didn't get it on the outside, or else that it would have been a bit of a letdown for that man. Hey, bro, as well. So Sip Kiwi, welcome into the live stream, mate. But Kenny Naholo, dangerous ball runner down the wing. He was dragged down by Tamani. Just a little knock-on from Tay Walden. Was very close, unfortunately, for him, but he does end up with it not being a try. And now it's going to be Waikato just outside of the 22. We'll have the opportunity at scrum time. Now, last time we had a scrum, it was actually Taranaki who were able to win the penalty. And I believe it was actually a double knock-on. So it's going to be Waikato who don't actually have the scrum feed. It's going to be Taranaki, but Kenny Naholo down the wing is scary when he is getting that much steam and that much space to be able to make the most of it. We have got there in the chat as well. Dogs are sneaky, cheeky jerks sometimes as well, says Katie Dixon. But I believe, did you guys ever use one of those like dinosaur egg things that you put in water and then it grows? That's kind of a little bit of a throwback thing. But I remember I had a Bugs Bunny one that pretty much you put the egg in the water and then eventually ends up kind of bulking up because of the water kind of expansion or something along those. Hey, everyone, just went into town for my jab. We'll be back when I get home as well, says Crazy and says, so good luck with that one, mate. And because it is before 4 p.m., you would be able to get yourself a KFC snack box. I believe they are doing it at the moment now. It's going to be fired back. Going to be now out the backline. Potteros gives it to Perifeta trying to step in the midfield, but he is going to be dragged down. Straight in there, Xavier Rowe knocking the ball free, and now it's going to be an answer to Tamani trying to find the offload. At this stage, it is going to be Taranaki getting dragged down there. Xavier Rowe now Off to Balin Sullivan. Good low tackle on him and trying to get straight on the ball. Not quite able to though. Xavier Rowe and what up as well, says Henry Samuel. And does New Zealand Sky have the Bay of Plenty game? I believe they will be showing that game tomorrow at 4:35 p.m. them versus Tasman. And I believe I will just have a quick look though to make sure that I have got that right. But at the moment now, Stephen Messer now is going to be James Tucker once again driving his way forward. Has already scored a try throughout the early stages of this match. Hopefully they do update it so that it goes back to Taranaki on 12. There we go. They have done so, but now 40 metres out of the moment. Xavier Rowe goes back to Fletcher Smith now. Gideon Rappling linking up on the outside. Mosisi Dawai once again going to be getting the carry on. I believe there are a few other games happening at the moment for the Heartland competition. Okay, thank you. Says Sip Kiwi, no worries, mate. It is, yes, on Sky Sport 1 at 4:05 p.m. is when that game kicks off as well. And now it is going to be once again James Tucker getting another carry straight on the ball there. Almost was Tom Florence, but not quite able to get it. Xavier Rowe goes back to Smith on the short side. Stephen Messer once again trying to break the line. Last time he was able to do so. They did score a try, Waikato. Now it's going to be the advantage for the player being offside. Now it's going to be beautifully offloaded. George Dyer now once again. James Tucker going to be running his way forward. It is at a huge amount of running meters so far. Peter Gastoakula trying to get the counter ruck going. Going to be now out of the hands of Aiden Johnson. Mosisi Dawai, no, sorry, it's Tamani. Getting the carry. They are currently 40 metres out and they are going back now for the penalty as well. So do Waikato, I believe they will be inside of their own half possibly, so they won't be able to go for that one. You got the Nonu game as well, says Sip Kiwi. I believe, if I'm not wrong, who was he playing for? I believe he was going to be in the starting lineup for East Coast, actually. It was, wasn't it? Martin Nonu and also Jose Gear was going to be returning for that game. If I'm not wrong, yeah. Martin Nonu and Jose Gear both on the bench for that Heartland match. So at the moment, East Coast and also it is Buller. They are both sitting on 0-0, but I will keep you guys updated on that game as well if you are keen to hear exactly what is happening, although they will both be coming on in the second half. And I assume hopefully the All Blacks decide to show it on the YouTube channel of those two legends returning. Fletcher Smith now 50 metres out, going to be looking for the touchline. It's not struck that well, and unfortunately for him, it's gone straight down the middle of the field and hasn't found touch. Now Potros with a big kick in behind. But it's going to be bouncing up nicely. Building up some speed now is going to be Voaka. Kicking it in behind, looking for the touchline. Swirling wind, it's gone out on the full. And they are going to be going right back to where it was as well. And yep, 2 old boys as well, says Sip Kiwi, and also 12 all, says that Trevor. Indeed, 25 minutes gone at this stage. And both of these sides are just putting everything into it. Waikato scoring 2 tries. Taranaki getting 4 conversions, or 4 penalties, I should say, sorry. Going to be an interesting one to see exactly who is going to be able to make the most of the second half for this matchup. And it seems like the 50 points could still be on the cards. It's going to be claimed there by Taranaki and their own line out. It looks like the wind is starting to really swirl because you can see that there is a little bit of hesitation from some players, but now it's going to be the advantage there for Taranaki once again. Going back, Peter Gastoakula trying to break through, and he is indeed, but he's going to be dragged down by his opposite number there, Tamani, who is a very good player indeed. Going out the back line now once again. It's a forward pass. Doesn't know they're going back for the penalty for Taranaki as well. Super Saturday Jab Fest here in New Zealand. Good vibes, and I believe it is till 4 p.m. or something along those lines till you can get yourself a nice bit of KFC. I believe they are giving out for the ones who are vaccinated. KFC snack box. I'm surprised George, well then maybe that's why he isn't here. He might be at KFC, but I believe he is working at the moment. George, he is a hard-working individual, and he will be hoping to maybe come round for the Canterbury Hawke's Bay match, I believe is on the cards. But now at this stage, it looks like once again Taranaki will be taking on this 3 points, and hope Auckland people are out there for their jabs as well, says Shane, because I believe at the moment it's Auckland, Waikato, and also who else is in level 3? I believe it's Northland are the other kind of area that are in level 3. So hopefully the cases do go down in the near future and everyone will be able to get back out and about and get ready for the Super Rugby season that is coming very soon. But Stephen Petafeta, 44 metres out, 4 from 4 today as well. For Stephen Petafeta, been looking solid throughout the early stages, and now he's got another opportunity. Now the wind looked like it was swirling possibly from, I want to say it was from the far side of the field to the near side of the field. So I guess right to left, depending on what way you look at it, or left to right, I guess, when you look at Stephen Petafeta's kick here in East Northland as well. Says Sip Kiwi. Tell you what, I can't talk today. I feel like it's because of the fact that I did get up so early at this stage and my voice is trying to disappear. But Stephen Petafeta now striking it decently, and he has got it once again. That is the reason he is the leading try scorer, or sorry, the leading point scorer in the competition. 27 minutes in, and Taranaki taking the lead back 15 points to the 12. They haven't been able to score a try yet, but I don't feel that it is too far away. Mid Canterbury at the moment losing badly to Thames Valley, which at the moment it is sitting 32-7. But the game between East Coast and Buller is still sitting 0-0. So we will have to wait and see whether or not we get to see Martin Nonu and Jose Gear having an impact in the later stages. I'm in Melbourne. We are stuffed as well. So Sip Kiwi, yeah, you guys are still in some sort of lockdown, aren't you, Sip? If I'm not wrong. Because I know that normally the Boxing Day test is a big occasion for the cricket in Australia, and it would be the Ashes match, but I'm not sure whether or not it will be allowed to happen. Fletcher Smith is having all sorts of problems with the sun at the moment, and you can tell that he will be aiming for that one in the second half. Very bad in Melbourne as well. Says Shane in Northland, Auckland, and Waikato land are all locked down as well, says Johnny Blaze, and I believe everyone else is level 2 at this stage. So hopefully everyone will drop to that kind of level 2 eventually, but at the moment I believe we had about 40-something community cases, so I think it will be sticking at level 3 for just a little bit longer until they can get that under control. But we have also got their full lockdown, yes, as well. Says Sip Kiwi, do you have Uber Eats where you are, Sip? Because of the fact that is one thing that I wish we had kind of during our lockdown that we did have a little while ago, but because we're from a small town, we don't really have any Uber Eats or anything like that. Shocking what's happening in Australia. Was happy to watch Gladys fall win for the people in New South Wales as well. Says Gula Gladys, is that how you pronounce it? I'm not too sure what that is. A win for the people in New South Wales as well. Says Johnny Blaze, is that because of the fact that they did go out of lockdown perhaps? Not too sure, but now it's going to be Taranaki now. Once again, going for it. It's going to be Xavier Rowe just diving in, trying to rip that ball away. It's going to be bouncing back for Taranaki now. Halfback trying to pierce the gap. Tom Florence puts the ball down this time, and now Xavier Rowe passing it back for George Dyer using their back line here. It looks like a counter-attack. The ball's been dropped once again, and it is going to be the scrum feed for Waikato. And over 90,000 vaccinations so far today. That is a huge number. Is that a record, Novmum, in terms of the amount that we have had in a single day? Because of the fact that's a huge amount, because I'm just thinking about it. My town, we probably got like maybe, I guess you could say an easy one of 5,000 or so, but that's 14 times the amount of people in my town have gotten vaccinated already today, and we are only at 2:37 a.m. And yes, we have all Uber Eats and Uber alcohol delivery as well, says Zip Kiwi. And also we have got the I feel sorry for the construction lads, and Mel's feel for my fellow construction workers as well, says Johnny Blaze there. And yeah, at this stage, I assume they haven't been able to do too much work in recent times. Other than essential workers, you're probably sitting with a lot of people who have lost their jobs and also are unemployed at the moment. So hopefully when it does kind of kick off again, they are able to find those jobs and get those ones back as well. But it's just a very tough situation to be in at the moment. I've had both my jabs as well, says Novmum. Have you been to KFC today? Novmum, because I believe you get yourself a free KFC snack box for popcorn chicken if you do end up having your vaccination card there. And hi, how are you, mate? As well, says, I'm doing very well, thanks, mate. We did wake up very early for the first match of the day that we did of the URC, which was between the Dragons and the Stormers, and the Stormers actually able to get that win there, which was very impressive indeed. But then from there, we have still got this live stream, and then the one straight after, which is going to be Hawke's Bay taking on Canterbury. We may have a George for that one, depending on how it goes. And then we have got the live streams in the middle of the night as well that we are going to be covering on the channel. If my brain is able to make sentences, I'll put sentences together as well. I mean, it sounds huge there. Here in Glen Massey, we are about 100 people spread over 15 square kilometres as well. And from yesterday, I cannot work without one jab. No jab, no work as well, says Sip Kiwi. Yeah, I know that a lot of jobs are bringing in that. I believe teaching at the moment, that's going to be taken nicely by Combs Fabling. He's done very nicely. James Tucker there trying to get up and go again, but Slater able to drag him down. It's going to be a nice counter ruck there, almost from Taranaki. Still on the side of the Waikato, though. The Mooloo's almost they cut out a deception pass thrown. Good pressure there on Avaka, and then straight in there for Waikato. Was it the number 13? No, not able to get the ball. He thought that he had been able to do there, which would have been Daniel Waite, but not quite able to get the hands on the ball. Now it's going to be a line break once again for McWannell, but it's been put down there by Dyer. And now I believe it will be going back for the scrum feed. Once again, they're playing the advantage. Actually, the referee's going to see whether or not there is a counter-attack that will be opening up here for Taranaki. And tell you what, it is a Deacon to Perafeta going straight through the gap. Out to Kini Naholo, juggling it. He's put a ball down. Tell you what, that was almost a try and a half for them there. But unfortunately for them, it ended up, I would assume more than likely, is it going to be going back for the scrum, or was that a long enough advantage? The referee, fair play to him, he decided to let it play out because of the fact that he saw the opportunity for Perafeta to be able to run straight through. That's exactly what he did. Then out to Kininaolo, just juggling the ball. And he wasn't quite able to hang on to it. Kicks it way into touch as well. Yay, we might get George as well, says Katie Dixon. We may indeed. I believe he was working a little bit earlier on. All East Coast actually taking the lead in their game up against Buller. So that is a good start to the match. Martin Nonu and also it will be Jose Gear coming off the bench as well. Who you got, lad, as well, says Ed. It's a tough one. Waikato, they've been able to score 2 tries. Taranaki, they've been able to get 5 penalties. So it kind of depends on the discipline of Waikato. So I'm going to say, I hate picking, I will say that it is going to be, I'm going to say Waikato by 5, but it could be a mile off. And it is likely that I will be, but we will have to wait and see here. But they are showing Tay Walden at the moment. It's Xavier Rowe, though, who has got the scrum feed for the Mooloos as they look to try and build themselves back into the lead for the second time, or they have been drawn for the lead, 12-all. The early stages, just a 1 missed kick so far for Fletcher Smith, but now running forward, it's going to be Gideon Rappling trying to break the line, but he is going to be dragged down. Oh, Tom Florence looks like he's broken something, or he really hurt his arm by the looks of it there. Going into touch for Waikato. The wind is going to be behind them, they are saying, because Waikato at the moment, it is a swirling wind out there. It seems to be getting stronger. 15 kilometres of wind was what it said at the start, but it looks like it's really started picking up, and now Taranaki will have the line-out throw from about 25 metres out from the line here, and they will be open to build up. So East Coast able to score the first try of that match with Ma'anonu and also Jose Gear. They are not playing quite yet, but it was a try for Potai, who was able to score it there as well. And let's go as well, says Christian Z. Welcome back, mate. It's great to see you at the moment. You are. At this stage, we've seen 2 tries so far, and they were James Tucker, one of the locks for Waikato, and then also it was Masisi Dawai, who was able to score the other. Taranaki getting very close. The one disallowed try of Peter Kasawakula. Kalina Holo dropping the ball there, and it has been ripped away by Waikato once again by Mitch Jacobson. Now it's going to be Xavier Rowe, goes back to Coombs Fabling now. Skip pass into the hands of Masisi Dawai, dragged down by Ricky Riccatelli. Now straight on the ball, it's a penalty though for no clear release, and Ricky Riccatelli just not quite able to roll away at the same time. Jacob Ratavai Tavuki Nepkins, or Ratumai Tavuki Nepkins, sorry, not quite able to get that one right, and once again it is going to be a penalty in favour of Waikato. We have we have got the first yawn of the day, and it's only 4:22, or sorry, it's 2:42. And also that seems to be a recurring problem for Kenny Butterfingers as well, says Sip Kiwi. Yeah, it has been a little bit of a letdown in his game. He's so strong at being able to carry the ball in terms of when he's got the ball in hand, as long as he doesn't lose it, he can break tackles, he can fend off players, he can step them, but it's just whether or not he is able to get himself into the position of being able to hang on to that ball as well. OMGU as well, let's go, says Dominique. Welcome into the live stream. Yeah, hopefully you're having a good day so far. We have still got 2 more games of rugby today, and we have got Luke in the chat as well. He said, hi, welcome in to the live stream, and also Hamish York caught on tape. Says Katie Dixon there. Now it's going to be 5 back once again for Waikato. Going to be Mosisi Tawai, a long way off his wing, but now he's opened up the opportunity for Waka. He has got the man with him. It's going to be Coombs Fabling, chipping it on the inside. Xavier Rowe looking for the loose ball. It's going to be sitting up, or is it? No, it's a little knock on by Waikato, I believe, and it is going to be Taranaki now, who will have the scrum feed. We also got their yawn caught in 4K as well, says Crazy said it also. Yo, Luke, says Dominique, and also there in the chat a little bit earlier on, we have got there. Kenny must have got the Butterfingers thing from Patty 2 below too, says that Johnny Blaze. And yeah, unfortunately for him, if he had hung on to that ball just before, it would have been the first try of the match for Taranaki. So they've had 2 disallowed tries almost so far because of the fact that one of them was off a knock-on and the second one was also off a knock-on. And we always got there, get inside there, straight as well. I think it is because of the fact I'm not used to being up this early. Like normally around this time or so, I would be normally getting up to do the live streams because of the fact we do those ones in the middle of the night. So hopefully I will be able to last right through to the later ones that we have got into the day as well. Hey, brother, how you do as well? Says Katie Dixon. But now Taranaki at this stage, scrum success, 79.2% of their own feed, which is actually one of the lowest in the competition's 11th. And now by the looks of it, Waikato going to be pushing as well. It's still just available there. And Peter Kasawakula once again, Xavier Rowe trying to steal, and it's a little bit of shepherding there. And it does mean that it will be the scrum once again for Waikato. So that stat kind of continues going the way that it has been. And also is Teddy Big Wind behind Taranaki as well, says Sip Kiwi. Yeah, there is quite a strong one in favour of Taranaki for this one, because we saw it kick a little bit earlier on for Waikato. I believe the wind's going from the far side of the field to the near side, and they tried to kick it, and it pretty much just swirled round, almost like it was a boomerang tried to come back to them. But Peter Kasawakula getting straight up there. Xavier Rowe right there, ready to try and cause a little bit of mischief once he did pop up off the back of the scrum. But now Waikato have got this one just inside of the territory, about 30 metres out from the line. And we have still got 3 minutes left in this first half as well for this one. And also too much beans as well, says Sip Kiwi there. But now at this stage, off the back, Tamani might be a good one to watch out for. Rupeni Tamani it is. And he is a very dangerous ball runner when he does get the opportunity. Feel like it might be a perfect opportunity for him to be able to do it here if they can get the push going forward. Instead, it looks like Xavier Rowe wanted to take that one. Instead, now it is going to be in the hands of Tamani. It looks like Xavier Rowe was having a bit of an argument there with Tamani about who was going to be grabbing that one, but Fletcher Smith now goes back into the hands of Waka once again with the step as well, breaking through a couple of tackles. Tay Walden with the head on the wrong side there. And now it will be Rogue passing across to George Dyer, trying to march his way forward here for Waikato. They are getting relatively close as well. Now it's going to be Fletcher Smith. Beautiful white ball. Our Mitch Jacobson offload, and Gideon Rappling now puts the ball down for Waikato. That is about the 10th handling error that we have seen in this first half so far. Ricky Riccatelli now fires it back once again, and it is going to be kicked downfield from Stephen Petafeta. Advantage over, very close to the touchline. Oh, the foot was very close. Now it's going to be going back across to Coombs Fabley, the leading try scorer of the competition. Offloads now out to Vaka. He's going to be dragged down by Rotamaitavuki Nepkins. Rowe once again going back across field to Mitch Jacobson. Getting the carry as well. They've got the advantage here, Waikato as well. Well, they're already, it's gone through the hands. It's still in the hands of Coombs Fabling, though. Trying to break the tackle, and he has been dragged down. And at this stage, they are going to be going back for the penalty. Waikato, they could make it a 15-point contest if they decide to go for the post. That is not ideal. Because the fact we are still very early on in the day. I'll need George to come over so that he can wake me up as well in the later stages. Buller's actually scored a try in that East Coast versus Buller match as well. Fletcher Smith deciding what are they going to do. It looks like they are going to be kicking this one for the corner here, deciding to play the aggressive route. And that one is going to be finding touch about 10 metres out of the moment for Waikato. So this will be a good opportunity to build up maybe one more try before getting to halftime. Because if they do get one more, they will be able to get into the situation of being able to get that bonus point. Or sorry, one more after this one, have some coffee as well. Says Shane, I don't actually think we've got any coffee in the house, unfortunately. I might have to have an apple instead. Sleepy Hamish needs George chaotic energy to wake him up, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got the George emoji from Crazy NZ. And also we have got the yep, says it was Luke in the chat. But now I will message George, see what he's up to. I believe he is still going to be working at the moment, but we will see whether or not he has finished his jobs because I believe more than likely it was going to be the Hawke's Bay versus Canterbury game that he was going to be round 4. But at this stage, they are showing Bolden Voka at this stage. 4 carries, 45 carry meters as well, and 7 broken tackles. And also we have got there Josh Lord as Naki A. Says Kiwi, he is indeed, although he has headed north for the Northern Hemisphere tour with the All Blacks. He is getting the opportunity alongside, I believe it's also Dane Coles, Shannon Frizzell. There's another one. There's another player who is getting heading north as well. Sam Whitelock and Aaron Smith, I believe, are the 5 that they are sending up there for the Northern Hemisphere one to rejoin with the side. But now it's going to be taken nicely. Stephen Messer at the back of the rolling ball for Waikato here. Trying to march it forward. It's not really going anywhere at the moment for them. They have been told to use it once by the referee. George is busy playing with the slurry as well. And also we have got the Hamish emoji and the George as well. With the little explosion there, I do see, but now it is going to be Xavier Rowe. A little bit of a juggle goes back to Masisi Dawai with the quick feet as well, trying to pierce his way through, but he is going to be dragged down. Tom Florence trying to get in there, not able to turn it over there for Taranaki, and it would be a very good position to be able to get up for them as they are only going to be about 10 minutes out. James Tucker, a little flick out the back line. Fletcher Smith now step from, it is the number 7 for this match, who I believe, I want to think of the name, it was Hamilton Burr, I believe, if I'm not wrong there. And now it's going to be Aidan Johnson, going to be dragged down by Taranaki once again. They are getting closer and closer. And ex-captain Kane as well. And Aaron Smith is going as well. Sisip Kiwi, I believe so. He isn't playing for Manawatu anymore. So I assume that he is heading north, unless, of course, there's an injury of some sort. But now it's going to be Tucker once again with the carry. Still 10 metres out and still up to 8 phases in the hands of the Waikato side. Now it's going to be a step from Fletcher Smith. Oh, he's dropped it once again. And now because of it, it is going to be going back for, no, it's going to be halftime. There was no advantage there, so because of it, it is once again going to be dropped. And 40 minutes into this game, it is going to be 15 points to Taranaki and 12 by Waikato. So Taranaki not able to score a try yet in this game, but Waikato, they were able to get themselves 2 in the early stages as well. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case in the second half as well. But nonetheless, at this stage, we will get some stats up about this first half. But do let me know who you think is going to be scoring the first try of the second half, ladies and gentlemen, as I feel like surely we are getting some tries soon. And it's kind of started in the same way as Taranaki versus Otago, where they weren't able. He's waiting for the birth of wife's baby. Has she still not had the baby yet, Shane? So I guess if that is the case, then he will not be joining back up. I assume that she had already had the baby a little while ago, but I guess it is still the situation of, I know that he's not playing for Manawatu in the match coming up this weekend. So I assume that could be something to do with it as well, due to the fact that maybe she might not be too far away. So hopefully he will be able to have that baby and we'll get to spend a little bit of time with the newborn. But at this stage now, we will find some statistics to see whether or not we have got any big running meters. I feel like Tucker might actually be a very good shout for who has been able to score a lot of the... Oh, they've actually got yellow and yellow for the colours. That does not help too much, but 54% of the position has gone the way of Taranaki. Will Sam Cane be reinstated as captain, or does he have to earn it back as well? Says Katie Dixon. I assume at this stage they might stick with either Savia or Whitelock, and then Sam Cane might get the opportunity a little bit later on, but I'm not even sure if they will start Sam Cane at number 7. They may decide to bring him off the bench instead. Saw he didn't play for the Turbo last week, as well as Sip Kiwi, and I believe he isn't playing for them this weekend either, which is why I am curious whether or not he will be getting the opportunity in that Northern Hemisphere, because I guess they do leave. Do they leave next week, or have they already left for that one as well? We have got there a little bit earlier on, 12 defenders beaten and 2 defenders beaten. So Taranaki having the 12, which is very impressive indeed compared to Waikato, who just haven't quite been able to break their way through so far, but they have had the most running meters, 135, and they've been able to score the 2 tries. So it just shows that those running meters and defenders beaten aren't everything, because at this stage, Taranaki just not quite able to make their way through. We will have to wait and see whether or not it will be the case in the second half as well. But we have got there. I sound mean, but I'm hoping Kane retires. I can't see him playing, being a part of the AB's group going forward as well. Says Johnny Blaze. Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to be able to earn that spot back, with the fact that there's the likes of Dalton Papali, also a few of these other young talented players coming up through the ranks. Ethan Blacker as well is going to be putting his hand up for maybe being able to play 7, unless Artie Savia decides to go to that 7 role. Because I feel like if they place Sam Cane at 7, they'll probably put Savia at 8. And then that kind of takes away Jacobson and Satutu for a little bit there. But hopefully they do find a spot. If they don't find a spot for him in the All Blacks, hopefully he finds a spot for the coaching or something along those lines, because I believe he was doing a little bit of it for Bay of Plenty. Recently, he's been out of the loop for a long time, and also almost 95K now. Says no, mum, it is flying up at the moment. I think the All Blacks are in the USA as well, says Shane. So I guess, yeah, it is one of those ones that maybe those other guys, whether or not they are over there at this stage or not, we will have to wait and see. I haven't really heard too much about it. Normally I follow quite a bit of it, but we haven't really heard too much on my end anyway. 33 metres carry for Kini Naholo, 5 carries, 8 defenders beaten, 3 clean breaks. But unfortunately for him, just hasn't quite been able to score himself a try yet. 21 metres carried for Masisi Tawai. That man has been able to get a try for 4 carries and 1 try for that man as well. I'm looking through. James Tucker, they've only given credit for 15 metres, and Lachlan McWannell for 13. I feel like that's pretty strict in that regard, although it does say that Lachlan McWannell, he has had 4 carries for that one as well, and Savia will play 7. Well, he should anyway as well, or he should be anyway, says Sip Kiwi. Yeah, I do prefer him at 7, and then you have someone like a Jacobson or a Satutu at number 8, perhaps. They are just showing the locks combining for Waikato. It was a very beautiful sight to see the 2 big men being able to run it around, and then at this stage, just the 3 points difference in this game as well. I said Waikato by 5, so that would mean more than likely if they scored themselves a penalty and then a try unconverted, I would be right, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're going to see more than just the 1 try in the second half. And I'm going to stick with it. Peter Gus Sowakula to score the first try. I feel like I was close last time because of the fact that he did end up getting that disallowed try for Taranaki, but they are in Rotorua. No, they're not. That's a lie. They are in Taronga for this game. But so far, 5 penalties conceded by Waikato, and all of those had led to 3 points every single time for Taranaki. The territory is the possession well and truly in the favour of Waikato. 62% for this one, and the tackles 92 made by Taranaki, 19 missed, 42 made by Waikato, and 12 missed as well. So it's been relatively even as well. We built Sam Kane's house in Taupuri as well a few years ago when I was working for my old boss. He's a dot man. Towards the end, he would always come home with beers and put on a barbecue for the boys as well, says Johnny Blaze, which is pretty awesome indeed. And I assume at this stage, because where's he based out of at the moment, Sam Cane? Is he still in that area, or has he been playing? I know that he's been playing for, or he's been coaching for Bay of Plenty, so I assume he is still close enough to that region to be able to have the house in Tapuri. And also we have got there, we need a number 6. Who would you go with at the moment, Sip Kiwi? Would you go with Kiriwani, or would you go with Ethan Blackadder, or who else have we got at number 6 as well? Not too sure who else we have got. And they are actually giving out vaccines at the ground as well, I do see, for the rugby. And also we have got there Johnny Blazer. What a guy as well, 10 out of 10. in it there as well from Katie Dixon. But nonetheless, we are close to the second half, getting back underway. Just the 2 tries so far. Masisi Dawai and James Tucker both scoring within about a minute and a half of each other for those two. But then at this stage, we have got a second half, which I feel like I said that it would be a 50-point game. We have had 27 points so far, so we're on track for it. I'd go Ethan as well. Says that Kiwi, he has been impressing a lot of people for that tour, or the Rugby Championship, with the factor of he was one of the standouts in that first game up against the Springboks when he was called into the starting lineup, when he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was going to be coming off the bench, but he played very well. And yeah, hopefully he does continue to find that form, because he's a bit of a hard man, Ethan Blackadder. He's one of those guys who will take a hit and just keep on going out there. He's a mongrel as well, says Zap Kiwi. And yeah, he seems to have a little bit more fight in the breakdown than Akira Ioane, which is kind of surprising, because Akira Ioane, I believe he's got the size advantage, but he doesn't really use it too much in the breakdown, as we have seen recently. But hopefully he does step that up as well. I feel like up against the likes of the USA or someone might be where Akira Ioane can really run rampage. But we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case as well. Smithy Toilet or Toilet Smithy has said, let's go Waikato as well. It's a very close game at the moment, mate. 12 points for Waikato Taranaki, sitting on the 15. 2 tries so far for Waikato in this game. No tries for Taranaki, but they've had 2 disallowed ones because of the fact that they would have been able to make their way over the line. Have they tried Luke at number 6? Oh, did they play him there in one of the very first games up against Fiji, or did they not? Because I know that he plays all 3 positions. Actually, he might have played 7 for one of those very first games, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, Luke Jacobson, he can play all 3 of the loose forward roles, so maybe you could try Luke Jacobson at 6 to be able to have him out there as well. Kano, Liam Squire, Blackadder, same type as well, Sep Kiwi, and also Ethan, plenty of mongrel in him. Not the size of the dog, the fight, or the size of the fight in the dog, that counts as well. And also we have got there Ethan's bloody mean bro, Junkyard Doggy as well. Says, but he thought that also we have got there. He has a huge if head as well, big square block as well. Says it was there. Is a huge head. Is that, are we talking about Johnny no, sorry, not Johnny Blaze. Are we talking about Ethan Blackadder or Sam Kane here? I assume that it is Ethan Blackadder, although you have got in reply to Katie Dixon as well. Nonetheless, at this stage, we are just waiting for the second half to get underway. It's been a relatively long halftime break, but the win will well and truly be in the favour of Waikato for the second half. It was a struggle for them in the first when Taranaki did have the win in their favour, but now going to be switching around as well. Ethan Blackadder reminds me of a young McCaw. He just loves to get into everything, and I just hope that concussion-wise, because I know that he had one for the Super Rugby competition recently, I'm really hoping that he doesn't end up having too many more in the early stages of the career, because he's still young. He's still got a lot of potential ahead of him as well. Sam Kane has a huge head, as well, says Johnny Blaze. I've never really seen, because I know that Ethan Blackadder, the mullet, makes his look very solid. But Sam Kane, I'm trying to think of what his head looks like, and I can't quite think of it off the top of my head. And we have got there Go Waikato, right, Kiwi Lad as well, and Go Waikato from Ryan and Richard as well, both going for Waikato in this game. And at the moment, they are 3 points behind. But if they get this win, we will quickly show the table as it is sitting at the moment for the Premiership. This is where Waikato are. They are on 17 points. They have got the game in hand over Tasman, who are just ahead of them, who do actually have a friendly game up against the Bay of Plenty tomorrow at 4:05. But if Waikato... if Waikato do win this match, they will go ahead of Hawke's Bay as it is sitting at the moment. And then Canterbury and Hawke's Bay, they will do battle in just a little moment at 4:35. And then we will get to see exactly who is going to be sitting top of the table. At the moment for Taranaki, they have not lost a game yet this year. They are trying to keep that undefeated streak going as they are 5 from 5, and they have versed some very tough opponents in those 5 matches as well. They were actually able to beat Hawke's Bay, I believe, in the first round on the Bunnings NPC, so they will be hoping to continue that form as well. If Evelyn Blackadder's late to practice, Ian Foster apologises for starting early, as well as also it's because he's a Capricorn and he's a smart guy as well. And Kane's head is always bloody as well, says Sip Kiwi. Yeah, I don't think you see a Sam Kane performance unless, of course, he's got a cut somewhere on the forehead or just somewhere. He's always bleeding, that man. And also we have got the have room in the skull for all those brain meats as well, says Katie Dixon. And now at this stage, we're about to get back underway for the second half of the Bunnings NPC first match of the Saturday. We have got 3 in a row here that we are hoping to cover 2 of them on the channel, but whether or not I am awake enough, we might have to wait and see. But Tom Florence now going to be kicking this one. No, he's not. He's the number 6, so he will not be doing any kicking that I know of. But we have seen kicks from 6s before, but now it is going to be Taranaki who will be kicking off this one and trying to use the sun to their advantage here, possibly. into the second half. Waikato will have that one as well. I remember seeing Kane cause the gameplay, just not once, because he was literally bleeding all over everyone in the scrum and it was getting out of control. As it was a blood fountain as well, says Katie Dixon there. But yeah, hopefully it's one of those ones. Hopefully it doesn't get cut open too many more times. But I think who was it? Someone said as well, Sam Kane, he's working hard if he's bleeding. If he hasn't bleeded or if he hasn't bled in the match, it means that he hasn't worked hard enough, but then he's always bleeding. So he is always a workhorse in those ones with Stephen Petafeta taking that one nicely, looking into the sun now. Rush defense there from James Tucker. Was able to drag him down just inside of the half of Taranaki. It's going to be Potros now firing it back. Once again, Waldron using the back line is going to be now Jacob Ratavai or Ratumaitavuki Nepkins. I always say that slightly wrong. And George has replied, although he has only said hi because I said hello, so that makes sense. So we'll have to get a little bit more information there. Taranaki going to be winning the penalty there for Mitch Jacobson, just not quite getting out of that breakdown in time. Oh, quick tap taken by Potrods there, deciding against going for the touch on. Now Petafeta breaking the line as well, not quite able to link up on the outside with Kini Naholo, but Taranaki now going to have this ball once again, 45 metres out now. Potrods looking for the draw and pass here. Taken nicely once again by Crowley. We haven't really seen too much of him, but that's saying because of the fact that Taranaki haven't really had the ball too often in that first half. Only about 38% of the possession that one as well. It's going to be dragged down there. Jared Prophet, one of his first carries as well. And Sam Kane not having a good game unless he's bleeding profusely as well. And Potros now with the draw and pass. Kenny Naholo. He's had a little bit of a 50-50 game so far. Beaten a lot of defenders, had a lot of clean breaks, but hasn't been able to get himself over the line. Now it's going to be Crowley once again. Little chip of mine from Stephen Petafeta. It's going to be hitting a little bit of a gap. And now George Dyer is the man who is going to be able to take that one for Waikato. And also we have got there, hey, Hamish, how are you feeling today? I am tired, mate. I did try and get a decent night's sleep. That's going to be going just into touch. No, it's not. Going to be very close to the touchline. And now Stephen Petafeta going to be using the wind to his advantage. And now 25 metres out. But pretty much I tried to get 8 hours or so of sleep last night, but I ended up probably only being able to sleep for about 3 because I kept on waking up thinking that I had a live stream right at that moment. That I did wake up. So I'm pretty tired at the moment, but hopefully we will be able to power through for this one. And then maybe the next one if we have got a George. And then those games in the middle of the night for the URC. But we have got there John Plumtree promised us big, huge forwards who can muscle up versus the likes of South Africa and England. I'm yet to see those forwards Plumtree talked about as well. And yeah, I guess it's one of those ones, the consistency-wise. Oh, that's a big hit. Speaking of big hits from the forwards, but now it's going to be Fletcher Smith. Yeah, consistently-wise, we don't seem to have those big forwards who go out week in, week out and keep on putting in the big hits. It's kind of every once in a while someone will go out there and have a physical game, but it doesn't seem to be that kind of consistent enough. Now it's a beautiful ball. Offload there, George Dyer. Couple metres short now for Waikato. On the side once again, it is going to be the props trying to get involved. It is only going to be a few metres short. Offloader once again here. It's going to be Tamani, got this ball just a few minutes out. Xavier Rowe looking to the side now. It's going to be Fletcher Smith picked up and dropped there. Going himself, not able to get over the line. And it's going to be a penalty. Is it for Taranaki? No, they've been able to rip it away there. And now because of it, it does mean that Taranaki have been able to turn the ball over. Us, Jake, the miss. Johnny, too much weights, not enough speed as well. Says the Sip Kiwi. And also, as always, Hamish, you're funny. You should make a reminder or an alarm as well. Says Aiden. I ended up. So pretty much I went to sleep at 11 p.m. or sorry, 11:30 p.m. and I set my alarm for 6:45 so that I had time to have breakfast and reset my modem about 7 times because that's normally what I end up doing before my live streams. But pretty much I ended up going to sleep at 11:30, woke up thinking that it was the morning, but it was 1:30, then went back to sleep or slightly went back to sleep till about 3 and then also thought it was morning, but it just seemed to be that it took me like 2 hours or 3 hours to get to sleep at one point from about 3 to 6, and then I finally got back to sleep as well. And also we have got there, not surprised at Hamish having a physical alarm clock from the lack of sleep as well. Says Sammy Soda, yeah, it's slightly, the weekends are always a little bit rough, but it's going to be a Taranaki penalty that they have been able to win for themselves once again here. But yeah, weekends I always end up having a little bit less sleep, but then for the kind of next day, I do normally catch it up and kind of vice versa. But then the Cricket World Cup, those games are all on at 11 and also 3 a.m. is the other one when that is going to be taking place. But Waikato at the moment, 7 penalties against them. George replied a little while ago, and then he hasn't replied again, sadly. So I feel sad now. We haven't got the hero Hamish. Says Katie Dixon with the 10, the ball, and the Hamish emoji as well. But Potros now looking for the touchline, just making sure that it goes out as well. All George is replying, ladies and gentlemen. One moment, you want to come around. He'll probably go, no. But now at this stage, Scott Jury able to get on the ball. Need Jake the Muss to coach the ABs forwards, show them how to be tough again as well, says Johnny Blaze there. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in that game up against Ireland, I believe it is. You're going to be streaming the Cricket World Cup too. A true sports legend says Aidan. I am indeed, mate. All of those matches, even the preseason, the warm-up games, the likes of New Zealand versus Australia, that's going to be a very exciting match as well. I believe the first one we're doing is Pakistan, West Indies. Is another one in a year, says Sip Kiwi there. And over 98K now. Are going to hit the 100K for sure as well, says Novbum. So we're flying up in the numbers, that is for sure. Mosisi Dawai now, flying up in the running meters that he has been able to have. I've actually just got a notification from One News saying that it's past 100,000 as well. That one's going close to the touchline, but Coombs Fabling just not quite able to take it. And also we've got their Hamish's Every Woman's Stream as well, says Johnny Blaze. Although I assume, I probably hardly even see a woman, I guess you could say, because of the fact that I'm always awake during the night, and then at daytime I'm always sleeping as well. Are you going to be doing it on this channel, says Aidan? I am indeed, because of the fact we actually started off as cricket and rugby, kind of as a combined thing. Now it's going to be Peter Kasoa-Kula trying to break the line from Mitch Jacobson, but I was originally thinking about doing it on the Kiwi Lad Sport, but I decided that I might as well do it on this one, as we are going to be doing the Big Bash League as well. Now it's going to be a foot race. Jacob, right to fight to Vuki Nepkins, got the man on the inside, goes himself, and that is going to be a blown opportunity for Taranaki, and I feel like he knows it as well. He had the man with him, but decided to take it on himself. It's a penalty to Taranaki. That is very lucky as well. With the streaming, you won't even need an actual alarm clock, since your natural one will get you up in time for that as well, says Sammy. So yeah, those games at 11 p.m, they'll actually feel like a bit of a lunchtime game, probably, more than likely. Ratamaita Vuki Nepkins, he blew this one, unfortunately, for him, and he knows it. You can see on his face, he decided to try and back himself. Decided against the pass, but hopefully for Taranaki, it is not going to be a completely blown opportunity there. I love the Big Bash cricket, very big hits as well, says Shane Hayes. And I think the thing that I love about it as well is the fact that I know so many of the players that I kind of got a little bit of the back information on them. But here we see Jacob Raitavai, Tavuki Nepkins just able to pierce the line. But then from there, he had the man with him, but he decided not to use him. It was a draw and pass opportunity. Should have passed it. And unfortunately, it did mean that it is going to be blown as well. And we have got G'day King, how you doing? Or how you going as well? Says Xavier Brown, doing pretty well, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in at the moment. We are the first game of the Bunnings NPC that we are covering today. We're hopefully going to be doing the Canterbury Hawks game as well. That is going to be taking place in a short moment now. Stephen Petafetta going to be throwing himself forward at the line. I see the bright headgear of Peter Kasoa-Kula, so perhaps he can get that try that he missed out on for the first up. And now it's going to be fired back once again here for Taranaki, using Bradley Slater now. Crowley looking to his side, finds Tay Walden's hands. Ricky Riccatelli with the quick hands there as well. Sorry, that was Waite actually, who was having the hands on the board, still available for Waikato. He's seen the man Bradley Slater down the bottom. Does he use him? No, instead goes to Crowley. Back out the backline, Petafetta. Wide cut out pass. It's going to be taken by Fletcher Smith. Throws it back on the inside to George Dyer. Now straight in there. It's going to be taken back by Tom Florence. Offload. And this time, Jacob Ratavai. The Vuki Nepkins put that ball down for a knock-on as well. And also we have got there, will you be doing the Premiership tomorrow morning? I am hoping to do a game between the Wasps and also the Exeter Chiefs. We will have to wait and see there as well. I mean, hide your wives and girlfriends, dads. Hide your daughters, Hamish and George, in the building as well. One look, these blokes, from these blokes and females instantly become freaks as well. And yeah, he bombed that one as well. So Sip Kiwi, and also are the All Blacks playing tonight? Says Dylan, they are not. They have got their first game up against the USA on the 24th of October at 10 a.m. And Ryan Sims has said at 8:30 a.m. New Zealand time, not 10 a.m. as well for the time of that one. And it is also going to be, it's moments like this that you need your minties as well, says Adult Entertainment. And also Dylan, their next weekend as well, says it is Xavier Brown. Georgia just sent me a picture of him. He's in a tractor, so he will not be coming around anytime soon, I don't believe, because of the fact that he is driving down a road at the moment by the looks of it. I believe actually, no, sorry, he's pulled over on the side of the road and he has decided to take a picture of his tractor as he is going. So he is doing a little bit of farming there by the looks of it, George. But at this stage, who is going to score a try in the second half? I want to say that it's going to be Peter Kasoa-Kula because I backed him in the early stages, but he hasn't been able to find his way over the line yet. Unfortunately for him, I've lost Moran Fairley Shield. I did have it a little bit earlier on. There it is. It's over by Zombie Stuart Hogg. This is not going to be on the line for Canterbury versus Hawke's Bay because of the fact that it is a home game for them in the one Canterbury, that is. And also we have the game would be a good one to trial some new players, especially if some of the veterans are not available for the autumn tours as well. So Sammy Sosa, yeah, hopefully we do get to see I'd say a few players who I am hoping to see a little bit more of. Tupavai, I feel like needs a little bit more of an opportunity in these next few matches because he didn't really get too many in their first kind of stage. Also, I feel like they'll give Finley Christie a little bit more of a run as well throughout this one. George playing GTA and his new track data. Also, Tay Walden qualifies for the MAB. G's all they need is 0.000001. And you join the club as well. And what happened to the Sharks and the Stormers game, says Aiden. So pretty much in the game between the Stormers and it was actually the Stormers and the Dragons. The Stormers were able to get that win 24 points to 10. And then Ulster were playing up against the Lions and they did end up. Ulster, that is, won that game 26 points to 10. So in the end, it's 1-1 at the moment for the South African sides in terms of who has been able to get the win. That one's going into touch there by Stephen Perafeta. And now it is going to be the line out for Waikato here. 50 meters, 15 minutes into this game. My brain is not working. That is unfortunate, but at this stage, 42 meters out from the line of Taranaki. And it looks like there are going to be a few subs being made. Aiden Johnson going to be the first man to make way at the moment. And Ollie Norris will be the player who makes his way out there. So a Chiefs player for a Chiefs player, unless Aiden Johnson actually, he plays for the Highlanders, doesn't he? So it is, I guess, prop for prop, I guess you could say there. At this stage now, Stephen Messer will have an important one as well. I think George needs to be drug tested. I have suspicions about that boy as well, says Johnny Blazer. Also, the Sharks aren't playing this weekend, are they? As well, says Aiden. They are actually playing up against Edinburgh, and that match is going to be taking place at 5:15 a.m. New Zealand time. That is the first of all of the URC matches. Actually, while I'm at it, I have still got the one from a little bit earlier on. So, yeah, the Sharks, they are going to be, I'm lying. The Sharks are going to be taking on Cardiff, at 7:35 is when they are going to be playing. And then Edinburgh are going to be taking on the Bulls. Those are the two South African games that we have got left at the moment. Now it's going to be Xavier Rowe once again going to be passing the ball across field for Waikato. Going to be now Tamani. Making his way forward is what I was trying to say. Fletcher Smith now going to be offloading it back. Once again, available. Peter Kasawakala almost able to get straight in there. Ollie Norris now already having an impact. George Dyer's had a lot of running meters throughout this game as well for a tight hip prop. Xavier Rowe goes back. Fletcher Smith now trying to find that attacking run. James Tucker dragged down once again, and he has also had a few running meters throughout this one, and he was able to score himself the try. Oh, George is good to Olsen lad as well, says Gary Dixon. Also, do you know if the Crawley kid is any relation to Kieran as well? That's a good question. I don't actually know the answer to it, though, unfortunately. For you there, I am sorry. But yeah, at this stage, his full name is Logan Crawley, if that does help out at all. But now it's going to be George Dyer once again, driving forward 22 meters out of the moment here for the Waikato side. Little kicking behind, but it's gone straight into the hands of Potros. And now Taranaki have been able to get this ball straight back. And we have got their bang specialists together during baptism as well. So happy Tyke Furlong is back as well. And he's your favourite Big Bash team, says Aiden. I quite enjoy watching the Melbourne Stars and also I guess Sydney Thunder are actually another team that I quite like watching. Xavier Rowe taking that one quickly now, and it's going to be in the hands of Waka. He has got the ball down, and it's going to be the try for Waikato there. And that was the quick tap taken by Xavier Rowe. Saw the space, decided to go for it as well, and then he was able to find the offload into the hands of, it is Brendan Waka, Bowden Waka. Was able to score that one. We will add his name to the try scorers list as well. There we go, Bowden. This one, and this one, and this. Oh no. I don't know what's happened. My body's like, you're not watching the rugby. You want to go to sleep. But I'm like, I want to watch the rugby at the stage. Well done from Xavier Rowe. Waka there. Able to get the ball down, and now Waikato have been able to take the lead at the moment. They have got a 2-point lead at this stage, and also Tyke Furlong. Can you come show the AB's props how to be a world class, please, mate? Thanks, Potato Man. And Tyke Furlong is easily one of the best props in rugby right now. You cannot change my mind as well. And also, well, Hamish is sleepy as well, says Johnny Blaze. I don't know what's happened. I feel like the worst thing is if I had stayed up right through the night till that 7 a.m. game, I probably would have been completely fine today. But because I decided to try and sleep beforehand, it's completely ruined it. Sleepy Hamish indeed, and Hamish needs a nap. It's going to be a long day and night as well, says Aiden. It is indeed. If you guys are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button because hopefully we will be able to keep on going throughout all of these ones. I see at the moment Waikato have got 54% of the votes. I've got to very much decide whether or not the Canterbury versus Hawke's Bay game is going to be able to take place in terms of whether or not I will be awake enough to be able to do it. Also, we have got there no as well, says Luke in the chat there. And also we have got there, keep up the good work, Hamish. You may be sleepy, but it's barely noticeable whenever you're commentating as well, says Savvy Souza. So hopefully the commentary isn't too bad so far. I know that the sentences haven't been working out too well at times. I didn't wake up until 1 p.m. Well, I did wake up at 8 a.m. to go to the toilet, then went back to sleep. I went back to bed, only meant to sleep a couple of hours as well, says Novmum. See, I went to bed a lot earlier. It was probably the earliest I've gone to bed in like 5 months. And the reason behind it was because of the fact that I was thinking, right, I'll wake up nice and early for the game, and then I was going to be going to sleep at probably around 7 p.m. tonight after the game between Hawke's Bay and Canterbury as well. Taken quickly by Stephen Petafetta now. Jason Potros in the carry as well. It's still on the side of it. Taranaki driving their way forward. Once again, it is going to be the man in number 1 jersey, Jared Prophet. Back once again, Tay Walden trying to link up. It's going to be Jacob Ratamaitavuki Nepkins getting himself another carry. He's got it going again there, and it is going to be still available for them on the side. Crowley now offloading it back into the hands of Michael Bent. That's one of the first carries we have actually seen from that man. Did he miss the conversion as well? He did not. It just has not quite updated. There we go. It has gone up as well. Kiwi Lads versus Lawn. Who would win as well? Says Ryan Sims. I would say if I decided to jump on my lawn, I would probably end up falling asleep because of the fact that I find that it's quite cozy. But now at this stage, it is going to be once again in the hands of Williams. Available for Taranaki, drawing past here, Tay Walden, cut out past Peter Gus. Sawakula now linking up with Tom Florence on the outside. Has done very well to stay almost in the field of play now. He was out there. He's a mountain of a man, but he moves like a ballet dancer as well. And a new target of 150k now, says Novum there. And also we have got there precisely as well, says Katie Dixon. And also, and there we have got their Furlong, world's best tight air prop, has been for the past few years as well. Yeah, he's a solid individual, I believe, at the moment. He is going to be available for those matches for Ireland, aren't they? Oh, he just had his face put on the line there. Tom Florence from Masisi Dawai was able to stop him from getting any forward momentum going as well. But Tom Florence at the moment, most tackles in 2021, 86. He impressed me last year for the Chiefs as well. Must be the Spud diet they have him on as well. Says Johnny Blaze, but now it's going to be Sam Cooper with this first throw. Stephen Messer off the field. And Cooper is going to be replacing him now for the later stages of this one as well. I'm just looking through the bench as well. They have still got some very good players for both of these sides. It's going to be back on the side of Taranaki, though. So the first line out throw of Waikato did not quite go to plan. It's going to be a counter ruck here for Waikato, and he's been able to pick up the ball as well. George Dyer, 40 metres out for their line now. And Aidan Johnson, they are now just showing that he is going off the field for, it was Ollie Norris. I would love to eat what Tyke Furlong eats as well. Says Katie Dixon now. It's going to be in the hands of, it was James Tucker once again. A little bit of a juggle there for Waikato. It's still going to be available for them. And also we have got their food as well, says Luke there. And at the jabber now at this stage, he's going to be going forward for the Waikato side once again here. Bouncing out the back, it's going to be, it's a nice little lock on there for Ratima. And now because of it, now Potros and also Kini Naholo charging after it. But it's very nicely done by Ollie Norris, the replacement prop, to be able to stop that one from going anywhere. And a little chip behind from Masisi Dawai, finding a lot of space, chipping it down into the hands of Stephen Petafetta, who now sees the gap, and he is going for it as well. Steps on the inside, trying to break the tackle, but he is dragged down there by, it was Tamani, and it's still going to be available, and it's going to be the penalty to Taranaki here, so they might be missing out by just the 1 point at this stage if they decide to go for the 3. But we will have to wait and see. Yes, but one moment, I am replying to George at the same time as well. I've never tried typing this long on a live stream as well. I think they are kicking for the corner here, Taranaki. I'm just asking George what time he feels that he will be able to come round, because he said that he might be able to come round relatively soon. But now Petafetta was the man who was dragged down there, but then he kicked it for touch, and now it's going to be the line out. It's going to be a good opportunity for them to be able to get something going. 10 metres out at the moment here for Taranaki, and they are currently only 4 points behind. So a try here would give them the lead for the next little opportunity. But 57 minutes into this game at the moment, 23 to go, and the bonus point is almost on line for Waikato. If they get one more try, even if they lose this game, they will receive that extra bonus point for having 4 or more tries. Ricky Riccatelli now, and George is on his way for the next game. Hopefully he will be here. And we have got there. I just googled Logan Crawley. He is Alan's son, who is Kieran's brother. So Logan is Kieran's nephew. Tell you what, it's going to be out. Kanina Olo now going for the corner. Beautiful flick on the inside, and Daniel Waite has been able to score it there for Taranaki, and they now take the lead as well. That was an offload and a half there from Kini Naholo. And Daniel Waite scores it. Could have almost had one a little bit earlier on in the match with that one out on the other wing with Ratavai, Tavuki, Nepkins, but Kenny Naholo able to find this offload. This was a brilliant one. He knew that he was off balance, decided to go for the pass instead, and then because of it, it does mean that now Waikato are going to be behind for the next time, for about the fourth time, I should say, in this match as well. Beautifully done there by Kenny Naholo, and it is the try to anyway. George will be at the pub after his long day at work, swimming in cow dung slurry as well, says Johnny Blaze there. Oh, he was very well done there from Kenny Naholo to be able to keep that ball in the field of play. So now, because of it, does mean that Taranaki take the lead for the about third time or so in this match, like I was mentioning a little bit earlier on. It says 56 minutes into this game, but I believe it should update itself. There we go. We're up to 20 as well. And for anyone who was wondering about the Xbox at this stage, for those of you who were watching the Kiwi Lads Gaming live stream the other night, it is still not working. So I am going to be taking it in, hopefully for repair next week, which will mean that at this stage, the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel will be on a little bit of a hold because of the fact that we won't quite be able to get it going with those ones. But I have got a couple of the games on my PC, so hopefully we'll still be able to find some content on some of those games as well. Tell George to please get me some KFC as well, says Aiden. Also, we have got there in the chat as well. Yeah, he usually goes to the pub on Friday, doesn't he, as well? And also, we've got there, imagine if Nicky had the Barretts as well, says Sip Kiwi, they would be very strong. I remember last year they were able to get themselves the Ranfurly Shield off Canterbury, and that was with the Barretts in full effect. And also, we have got there AB's rule. It's neat watching these sons and nephews come through and play rugby like their dads and uncles. And no wonder there were calls for the Dura to be brought into the NPC even before they actually made it to Super Rugby after tearing it up in the Aussie NRC as well. And that one has gone over, I believe, or has it? No, maybe not. Oh, this is a stat. Taranaki have won all 5 of their Bunnings NPC matches this year, averaging 40 points per game as well. So they have got 20 at the moment with 20 minutes to go. It is Johnny, if you're as old as me as well, says Sip Kiwi, and also for Xbox as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, it is well and truly not going, but I'm actually starting downloading Flight Simulator on my PC, although the only problem with that is it's about I want to say it's about 120 gigabytes, which will take about 5 years to download on my internet, but hopefully it won't take too long. And there we go. Now it's going to be Tom Florence, goes back to Potrosa. Now it's going to be the drawing pass once again here for Taranaki. Kanina Holo now trying to break through. He's going to be tackled well by Mitch Jacobson, though, and he's got very good balance there, Kanina Holo. And we have also, it's a penalty to Waikato, though, 28, but I feel like I'm 60 as well, says Johnny Blaze. George has said maybe get prepared for me to turn up as well, which I feel like is not very specific about the timing, but I assume he could end up turning up in 10 minutes' time. He could end up turning up in an hour's time. But at some stage, we might have ourselves a George Flight Simulator. I haven't played that since the mid-2000s as well, says Semi Souza. And also we have got the Haas in the chat from Sip Kiwi. It looks like a very good game, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I believe you can't actually get it on Xbox unless you've got a Series Xbox, like an Xbox Series X or a Series S. But yeah, it looks like a very exciting game. Or not exciting game, I guess, but a kind of realistic looking game. I could fly over my hometown and could land on George's farm as well. Game will end in a draw, says Christian. So I assume if that is the case, we will be going once again to a golden point contest, which we have already had a total of 3 or 4 so far in this competition so far. We have got there George in the chat from Katie Dixon for the emojis as well. But Fletcher Smith now going to be lining this one up. 25 meters out at the moment for him. And he has missed that one, unfortunately, once again, Fletcher Smith. How old is the Lomu boys as well? Says Sip Kiwi. That is a very good question. And we might, hopefully, it would be Johnny Blaze who will be able to have us out there. Have you paid your life savings to get Flight Simulator on Xbox as well, says Luke. I ended up getting Xbox Game Pass a while ago for kind of the Xbox and PC. I think it's Game Pass Ultimate. And I never actually downloaded any games on my PC for it's going to be a knock backwards there. So it is still available here for Waikato, going to be 40 meters out, but pretty much I do get to play it for free because of the fact that I have got the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate as that one as well. I played that Flight Simulator game on PC with the actual controller for it, but it was a long time ago as well, and game will end in a draw, says Kristen as well. We'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case, but now it's going to be going back once again. The hands of Hamilton Bird trying to use the back line there. It's almost a cutout pass, and it's going to be taken. Kenny Naholo now. It's going to be a foot race. Are they going to be able to catch him? Coombs Favely getting close, and it's the try for Kenny Naholo. The mistake from Fletcher Smith, and because of it, it does mean that Kenny Naholo now able to score the try once again, and that could be the try that wins them the game. Kenny Naholo scoring a second try of the game now. No, that's a lie. That's his first try, Kenny Naholo, because of the fact that he did pass that ball over to Waits. But now we are going to go Naholo. Fletcher Smith tried to pass it into the hands of, I believe it was the number one. And then from there, Fletcher Smith, it just took a little bit too long to get it out the back line. And then because of it, it does mean that it is going to be another try here for Taranaki. And they have been able to get a very nice lead, starting to build now as well. 25 points at the moment for them. And 19 for Waikato as well. Go Taranaki as well. Says Cooper, go Taranaki as well. Says Katie Dixon. And at this stage, if they win this game, they are on a 6-match winning streak. And you have to feel just that little bit bad for them with the fact that they don't have promotion and relegation this year. Loving the stream and the quality without need to actually watch the game as well. Says Savvy Sosa, thank you very much. Mate, I hugely appreciate you being here for this one. How much is Game Pass Ultimate? I believe it is, I want to say it's $18 or $20 New Zealand a month. And it gets you kind of Xbox Live and everything on your Xbox, as well as the access to the kind of PC. And also EA Play, I believe you get access to through Game Pass. So you do get access to all the newest FIFAs, or not the newest ones, but pretty much the newer ones, and Madden and all those kind of games as well. And JK Son, that all-white soccer fella, my dad's JK as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we have there, who can he sign for in Super Rugby? He actually signed for the Crusaders. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do for them, as he is going to be replacing Manasa Mataeli out on that wing as well. Rob Cobb now making his way out onto the field, but at this stage, Peter Gasawakula once again in the carry. He was very close to scoring a try earlier on in the match, but just that little knock on did stop it. Now Potros throwing the wide cutout pass, getting Naholo has put the ball down, and now it's going to be Coops Fabling able to keep the ball inside the field of play. Straight on the ball as well for Balin Sullivan, and it's going to be going back for the knock on. And Taranaki now, Waikato now will be able to get that. There's a rip off as well. Says Luke, it depends. Oh, I guess it depends on how you look at it, because for Xbox Live by itself, I believe it is $13 a month or somewhere around there. I believe you can get it for $80 a year, and then you don't really get access to all of the games as well, although you do get the games with gold, which is pretty much 2 free games a month that Xbox give you on the house. So pretty much it is kind of, I guess at this stage, depending on how many games you play of Game Pass, depends on whether or not it is a good deal in that regard. And also we have there, try, and the ball as well, says Katie Dixon there. At this stage now, we have got there Waisaki signed for the Landers as well. Says Sip Kiwi, not too sure whether or not that has been confirmed yet. If it has, though, that would be pretty awesome to see him back in Dunedin with the Waisaki Naholo chance. We know that even when it's Taranaki on the wing, they still end up going Waisaki Naholo. Did that try count? It did indeed. Hopefully, there we go. It has updated itself there. So now we are sitting on 27 points to 19 at the moment, but this could change very quickly, because at this stage, it is going to be D'Angelo Laula. Actually ended up getting a yellow card in the game up against, I want to say it was up against Northland, but now it's an advantage and a penalty for Waikato straight out in front, looking for the ball here. Cortez Ratima sides against taking the quick tap as well. So now what do you do here for Waikato? Do you take the 3 points when you're straight out in front? Easy 3 points. They're going for the scrum. They've decided that they want to go for the bonus point at least as well, because that's the thing. Even if they lose this game, if they're within 7 and they get that bonus point for 4 or more tries, they will still get themselves 2 points. Now I'm sneezing as well. My body's like, hey, how many different ways can we make this man's face change? We have got there, if you have no plans to repair the Xbox and are just getting a new one, you should have George light the old one on fire in a field and vlog it as well, says Katie Dixon. I know that straight away. The thing is, he actually said something about it as well. I think he said, can he throw it at a window or something along those lines? He actually said something about it, though, of doing something to it along those lines. So, yeah, maybe if it is completely unfixable, we have got there. How much is it costing you to repair your Xbox, says Luke. I haven't actually found out a number yet, but I believe I looked it up, and they say it's anywhere between, I think it's somewhere around that $100 mark to be able to fix it as well. Waisaki Naholo as well. No, hold on. That's for the Minikaroi, says Taranaki as well, says Johnny Blaze. And Kitty, left wing, Waisaki, right wing. So they will mark each other as well, says Sip. That will be an exciting battle. I wanted to see Waisaki Naholo marking up with Julian Savia the other week, but we didn't get to see it, sadly. But yeah, hopefully we do get to see a few big battles like that throughout the season of Super Rugby, which is kind of relatively close as well. Or run it over with a distractor as well, says that Katie Dixon, and buy a new one, says Luke. I feel like I would quite like to get a new one, although all the Series X's are unavailable at the moment here in New Zealand. We don't actually have any stock, so it would mean that I'd have to get a Series S. Oh, now it's going to be a beautiful run. D'Angelo Laula scores the try there for Waikato, and they are back into this one now. We will add that one to the try scorers list as well. This one's starting to get a little bit long here for the try scorers list, but it was Bowden Vaku who was able to score the last one for Waikato. Now it's D'Angelo Laula, and that is going to be the bonus point now for them. We will go like that as well. D'Angelo Leula, that's a hard name to spell. I'm spelling very roughly today. Unfortunately, it's roughly a word. I don't even know if it is, but it sounds close enough to one. So we will go with it. 67 minutes into this game at the moment. And we will go like that, and we will go like that as well. And we have also got there in the chat, get a PS5 Pro as well, says Sip Kiwi. I believe that they are also, unfortunately, in that situation of also out of stock at the moment here in New Zealand, if I'm not wrong. I have looked on a few websites and I couldn't find many of them, and I'll vlog the destruction of your Xbox and send it to Microsoft as well, says Jolly Blaze. And also Golden Point says Aiden, and also in there have an Xbox One S, and it's solid. Oh, I have an Xbox One S, sorry, and it's solid. Yeah, I've got the Xbox One S at the moment. Is it a Series S that you have got, Luke, or is it just a plain S? Do let me know, because I know that the Series S, I believe they are around $560 or something like that. $550. Fletcher Smithy has got that one. So now the score is going to be 26 points to Waikato and 27 to Taranaki. I said that we would have a 50-point game on our hands. I didn't expect it to be this close, though. I did, because I did say 5 for Waikato to be able to win that one. But yeah, at this stage, they are saying he wasn't going to pass that ball, and I believe they are 100% correct. Ben's going to go off the field now, and Stewart making his way out there as well. Can't get one here either in Melbourne for the PS5 as well, says Sip Kiwi. So hopefully they do end up coming back in stock. I think I saw an Xbox Series X somewhere in New Zealand, but I can't remember what website it was on. But it does mean pretty much the Series S is your option if you are looking for a new Xbox, or getting maybe one from EB Games or something along those lines for a not a refurbished one, but you can actually still get a new one from. It is the Xbox One S that I am talking about as well. I don't know. I think the one I have came out in 2017. I believe it would be about the same as my one as well. But now Potros going to be getting that one in behind. A little bit of a juggle there, but done well there for Waikato to be able to hang on to that one. Use Facebook Marketplace as well. Says Luke, I have bought one thing off Facebook Marketplace, I believe, in my time, and it was Rugby League Live 4. And I paid the guy the money, and he never sent the game. And then he pretty much wouldn't talk to me anymore. So that was slightly unfortunate. And Facebook didn't really care. So I feel like if I did that one, I'd have to go and get it in person rather than getting it shipped, because of the fact that, I spent quite a bit of money on Rugby League Live 4 and never got it. So I had to buy it again, unfortunately. One is going to be the turnover, and it's going to be the scrum feed for Taranaki now. 10 minutes left in this game at the moment, and no second-hand consoles. Danger as well, says Katie Dixon. Also the smiley face from Dominique there as well. And also, if you get if you have not got a 4K TV, go for the Xbox Series S as well, says Dominique. And also, did you send George over to his house with a sledgehammer demanding the game as well, says Johnny Blaze. I should have, possibly, but I believe he lived in Nelson or somewhere around there. And pretty much he'd just go, oh, no, I sent it. And then I was like, so have you got the tracking number? And then they were like, yeah. And then they just wouldn't tell me as well. Yeah, that's meet the seller in person as well, says Luke. And you'd have to go through a few more tests to make sure that it is going to be working smoothly. But I feel like EB Games is a decent shout, because of the fact you can buy the new consoles, or kind of newer consoles of an Xbox S, or something along those lines. What a wanker. Doing their Hamish as well. Some people are filthy grubs, aren't they, as well, says Jelly Blaze. And also Waikato can make this a draw if they want, says Sammy Sosa. And at this stage, Ricky Riccatelli looking like he's got a serious limp at the moment, so he's going to be going off the field. And it will be this fun name to say. It is going to be Millennium Senarevi, who is making his way out there, which is a little bit harder to say than Ricky Riccatelli, who wasn't able to get himself a try, unfortunately, in this match so far. Because of the fact that we wanted to say his name a few more times, but it's going to be the scrum feed for Taranaki now, 30 metres out, straight in front of the post as well. And also we have got there, I need 4K TV, is at 4 frames per minute as well, says Sip Kiwi. And also we have got there, if you buy a second-hand one, buy it through EB Games as well, says Luke, and that's going to be another scrum reset. Both front rows going down. I actually ended up buying Rugby League Live as a pre-owned one off EB Games as well. I'm trying to think of what other games I've bought from EB Games on my new console. I don't believe I got too many. A lot of them I have got digital versions of, but now that disc for Rugby League Live is actually stuck in the Xbox from when it went poof the other day, which is slightly unfortunate, but slightly stuck. Never buy second-hand consoles unless it's from a store where you can replace it if something goes wrong. You buy second-hand consoles from a random person and you might get a lemon as well, says Katie Dixon. And yeah, that is a good point. It's very risky. Same with phones as well. I feel like are another one that you got to be very careful with when you are getting them second hand, but that's going to be almost available. They got to put a big push in here. Taranaki, but Waikato able to hold on a little bit now. It's going to be Peter Kasoakula breaking off the back now, the big man. He has been dragged down now around the side. Jacob Ratamaita Vuki Nepkin shut down by Mosisi Tawai. Going back once again, it's going to be Potros. Out into the hands of now Ollie Norris, I believe, getting into one of his first carries of the second half. Currently only 8 minutes left, and it is a 1-point contest. Now it's going to be in the hands of Stephen Petafeta. Offload there from Ratavai Tabuki Nepkins. Going back once again into the hands of Potros, looking for, it's a handling error, but it's actually going to be a penalty to Taranaki, and they will be able to possibly get themselves a 4 points lead if they decide to go for it, but we will have to wait and see. We have got the you could also wait until Christmas if you want it really cheap as well, says Luke, and also afternoon all. Hi Hamish as well, says David. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is great to see you for this live stream. I've yawned about 7 times, also had a couple of sneezes, but we are still going at this stage for the Bunnings NPC 4K for a better definition, but with only 1080p monitor, you can have a decent game with 144 hertz, 1 ms monitor with the S as well, says Dominic. And I feel like that is one of those ones as well that with I've got an Elgato, which I use to record my kind of game footage and everything, and it records in 1080p 30 frames per second. So if I was going to get a newer console, I feel like I would have to also look at upgrading my Elgato so that we can actually record it in higher definition, so that the videos do look a little bit smoother in that regard as well. Second-hand consoles can be a little dodgy as well, says Sammy Souza, and also we have got there in the chat as well. Anyway, PC will stay hyper as well, and also we have got there my PC, my PS4 randomly spits this out. I don't know why as well, says Sip Kiwi. Is it kind of while you're playing them, like while the game's actually going in, or does it just randomly throughout the night just go, oh, I'm sick of this game, just spit it over there? That one's gone over from Stephen Petafeta with a good kick there. And now because of it, it does mean that Taranaki will be sitting on 30 points and Waikato is going to be sitting on 26. So Waikato get a penalty. They did end up scoring a try a little bit earlier on, but now Taranaki were the team who were able to get themselves the 3 points. When you game as well, says Dominic, and also 120 HZ. I don't know what HZ is. I feel like I'm kind of like, in terms of my PC, I got my PC because they had a green light and it looked cool. That was pretty much my whole logic behind it. So I don't really know too much about all of the kind of finer details. My friend bought a PS2 back in the day from Mirando and didn't check it. She got home, opened the disc tray, and it was saturated and dried up sticky soda pop as well, says Katie Dixon there. And also we have got the, hey brother, how you do? And also we have got the, I'm trying to grow watermelons, but the dogs freaking trampled on the garden and killed the watermelons as well. I quite enjoy a watermelon. And also a mango. Do you guys like mango? Do let me know. But now it's going to be down the wing here. It's going to, oh, that's a bit high from Ritama. And at this stage, it looked like Stephen Petafeta not too happy with that one as well. And it is going to be a penalty. And this could be at least maybe a yellow card. But it's going to be Potros coming off the field, and Tikoi Solomoni making his way out there as well. But 74 minutes into this game at the moment. Is this going to be a red card or a yellow card for Ritama? We will have to wait and see. Hey, buddy, hope you're well as well. And Hertz is HZ as well. And also, just randomly spits out the disc like I'm sick of this game as well, says Sip Kiwi. Now this stage, Ratame, he's going to be going off the field for the 10 minutes, so he's going to be off the field for the rest of this match now. So they will not have a halfback for Waikato. That could be a little bit of an interesting situation for them. But George says he is still not quite home, so I believe he might be here for the next one. That's not going to find touch. That wind is annoying the players at the moment. Now going back across field, it's going to be Fletcher Smith gives it now to Coombs Fabling. Now it's going to be D'Angelo Leula, dragged down nicely by Peter Gus Sawakula. I've already Mango. It's already Mango season in Fiji as well, says Sammy Souza. That's a knock on there, unfortunately, for them, or a full pass, sorry. So now it will be the scrum feed for Taranaki. I really enjoy a Mango, but unfortunately all we can get is, I believe here in my small town, we get Peruvian mangoes, just aren't the same as the kind of Australian mangoes. Australian mangoes are where it's at. We have got there, I think my missus spits venom at me because she's sick of me as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we have got there, good old coat hanger, was indeed. Was a little bit high for him. Didn't dip is the call there, so that is why he ended up going off film. Watermelons and mangoes are delicious in this hot weather as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also my uncle owns a farm and has mango trees. And I have a mango tree growing in my backyard as well, says Luke. So you are a very lucky man, I was about to say, even though my words don't seem to want to work for this live stream so far. I feel like I'm slowly waking up since I have been talking a little bit longer. Give her some mangoes. She will like you again. Everyone loves mango as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, tell you what, Australian mangoes, I feel like they are just the best thing ever. In terms of fruit-wise, although I do quite enjoy a watermelon as well, other than the annoyance of the seeds. Like, do they have... Here's a question, although it's a dumb question. I was going to say, do they have seedless watermelons? But then I realized that the reason the watermelon grow is because that they have the seeds that then repopulate them, photosynthesizing and all that stuff. all that fun stuff. We just got some mangoes from the neighbors this week as well. So and also, if you run Farm Simulator, you'll need a 3090 with a Hyper and CPU, says Dominic. That is information that went straight over the top of my head. Unfortunately, mangoes OP, says Dominic as well. And also, I won't see any mangoes in years, though, because it's a baby mango tree, as well, says Luke. And also, we have got the anyone seen my mangoes, says Katie Dixon. And also, mangoes are beautiful. If you're trying to hold in a sneeze, say watermelon 3 times as well, says David. And also, we have got this. She's still upset with me about staring at another woman's breast last week. It's says Johnny Blaze. Yeah, that one might take a little while to be able to kind of get out of without too much hassle. But now Ollie Norris trying to get straight in there. It's a penalty to Taranaki now, and this would give them a 7-point lead if they decide to take the 3. Ollie Norris disappointed there. Rugby is no longer will no longer be played with a rugby ball. Will now be playing with a mango as well. I would be happy indeed if that was the case. They are going for the shot here. Tay Walden going to be straight out in front, and they will be able to make it a 7-point lead. So it could go to Golden Point. Tell you what, whoever said Golden Point a little bit earlier on, saying that it could be a draw. If Waikato can score a try in the final moments of this game, they will be able to get themselves into that draw. My neighbor has some good mango, as well, says Adult Entertainment. Mango Farm Simulator Hyper, as well, says Dominique. A Mango Farm Simulator. Is that a game? Is Mango Farm Simulator a game? Because if there is a Mango Farm Simulator, I feel like I got to download it. Watermelons are the ripoff, or are a ripoff in New Zealand supermarkets. As I said, David, they are very expensive. Even if you get like a little slice, they are very costly. Can you grow watermelons? How long does it take to grow a watermelon tree, Johnny Blaze, or watermelon plant, I guess I should say? Because I think we've grown cucumbers in our garden, but no watermelons, and I feel like I like watermelons, so maybe that would be a good idea. 7 from 8 for Stephen Pettifett at the moment. He's doing decently. We have also got the I did say Golden Point as well. Says, and so possibly could be in this situation, and we have also got the I enjoy watching my neighbor's wife undress and release her mangoes. Says Johnny Blaze. And also, if you want to grow a mango tree, I just plant your mango seeds as well. It's gone over once again. Tell you what, at the moment, Stephen Pettifett is not missing. It does say 80+ minute, but at this stage, we are sitting at 78. Would the conditions in New Zealand be kind of hot enough to be able to grow a mango tree? Is the big question there. Farm Simulator on Steam, yes, as well, says Dominic, and also but not Mango Simulator as well. And I see Farming Simulator 22 coming out very soon. Me and George going to be playing that game as well. I asked her if she needed a job as well, says Adult Entertainment. And Johnny, I think that you were meant to be single, brother, or at least polyamorous as well. And also, we have got their watermelons need something you haven't got down your way, Hamish. Tropical weather as well. Yeah, we're a bit chilly most of the time, unfortunately. So unless I got myself a heated room, which would still be a lot of hassle just to grow a watermelon, I might have to just buy a couple. Guessing you don't see much snow or get much snow, then no as well, says Luke. No, I believe, if I'm not wrong, the last time we had snow was probably a couple years ago, and it's kind of one of those ones we get it about every 3 or 4 years, maybe if we're lucky, but it only really sets every kind of, I guess, 1 in every 10 years or so. Now, Tom Florence, inside ball, drop ball once again there for Taranaki. Still going to be available. It's a turnover and it's an advantage for a knock-on. So Waikato at this stage, they have got one more closing moment in this game. 1 minute left. Coob's fabling. Someone has gone down with cramp at the moment, so they are playing with 13 men at the moment. Fletcher Smith going to be tackled there. Coob's fabling once again around this side. Bounce pass out to Ollie Norris. And that's the thing, Waikato at this stage, they will be happy to have this win advantage over for the knock-on. It's the call there. Looked a little bit high from Florence, but once again making a beautiful tackle. It's going back for Waikato. Fletcher Smith getting the wide cut-out pass here. They've got the men with them. It's going to be James Tucker that looks forward. And that's going to be not the end of the game, though. We've got 20 seconds left. Hopefully one of these games in the NPC ends in a draw as well, says Cushion. Yeah, at this stage, with the Golden Point, they have been able to keep those games from going to the draw, because I believe we've had about 3 games that have been decided in Golden Point time as well. I bought a watermelon once from Pick and Save once, and I bought, and it was getting a great deal. I misread. It's $5 per mother melon. Actually, $5 per kg. Damn it, I took the biggest one. It was nearly $20 as well, says it Johnny Blaze. Yeah, you got to read those signs closely. I remember, like, some of them, when I used to work at the supermarket, like the difference between the per kg and also per item, there's quite a bit of difference. Guessing you don't sun, not snow, as well, says Luke. Yeah, we get a little bit of sun. It's overcast at the moment, unfortunately. So not too much today, sadly, there. Also, we have got there, hopefully, or we have got there. I wanted to put it back at the counter, but didn't want to look poor. So I swallowed my tongue and purchased it as well. Was it a good watermelon, Johnny? Because as long as it was a good one, I guess that is the main thing that does matter. But we are currently after 80 minutes. If Taranaki win the scrum, they will be able to get themselves into the position of winning this game. It's quite hard to yawn when you're like trying to keep your eyes open and also your mouth shut. Fun fact. But 4 tries at the moment for Waikato, so they have been able to get themselves a bonus point as well. Why is Waikato's logo? And I'm holding a violin as well. This is almost human. I believe someone earlier on. Oh no, that's going to be, and there's a Taranaki, and Perafeta kicks it into touch, and Taranaki able to get the upset win over Waikato. So they remain undefeated. 6 from 6 games at the moment, and Waikato, they will be remaining where they were on the table as well. But they will get 1 bonus point, which might push them up just a little bit more. No, I'm happy. Being a married man, not happy with my wife. Not happy with wife being petty. Still, as I said, anyways, and also you can try it, but I don't think it will work as well. Watermelon cheap as here in Australia as well. So Sip Kiwi and also Hamish Yawn as well. Maybe we need to get a yawning emoji on the one. I mean, we have got the one of George, who almost half looks like he is yawning, but at this stage, what a game for Taranaki. They've been able to get themselves another one, 33 points to 26 at that stage. Hi, bro, your neighbour must love her fruit as well, says David there in the chat. But it was Masisi Dawai, James Tucker, Bowden Vlaka, and D'Angelo Laula, who were able to score the 4 tries for Waikato. Then Taranaki only scoring the 2 tries, Daniel Way and Kenny Naholo, but it was all they needed to be able to win this one. Good to get some sleep now while you can before the next stream hours as well. Says Sammy Sosa. And also, we have got the Sip Kiwis. It's not. You on as well for watermelon cheap. I guess it depends on the region that you are in. Australia for depends on probably the price as well. But yeah, at this stage, I believe we have got our next live stream that will be taking place in around 40 or 50 minutes time. And it is going to be the match between Hawke's Bay and Canterbury. I might have a George here, which will well and truly wake me up because pretty much I sit on the edge of my seat when he is here because of the fact that I never know what he's going to say. So it could end up very badly. Bad watermelon is cheap. Good watermelon is expensive, says Logan. Also, our neighbor is like 60 and her melons are hanging to the floor. Though I often wonder if she sits, how she sits on a toilet seat comfortably as well, says Johnny Blaze there. Yeah, at this stage, it seems like they aren't going to update it to say full time unless I use my brain power. Nah, it's not changing. So at this stage, we are at full time. That's a hand club weapon as well, says David there. But yeah, this stage, Taranaki able to get themselves a win once again. So now 6 from 6 so far. So I will show the table once again, but they are leading it, Taranaki, at the moment in terms of their points. They were able to get, once again, another 5 points. So they are sitting on 27 now ahead of Manawatu, who do play Wellington a little bit later on tonight. And then also, while looking through Waikato, they will get the 1 bonus point for Waikato. They will be sitting on 18 points here, and they will be just a little bit below Tasman for this one as well. Oh yeah, I also got there. At least George will keep you in check so that you can doze off in the middle of the commentary for the next game. I feel like the thing is, the way that I'm feeling at the moment, that might not even be like completely inaccurate. I might end up just leaning on the wall quite nicely and then having a quick wee snooze. We have got there nothing like some nice shaped melons as well, says Almost Human. And also we have got the Sus from Sucks as well, says username, and also Taranaki. And also I noticed on Kiwi Lads Gaming Channel, George say some pretty questionable things that I wonder, like if this isn't the main channel, we could get in trouble here. Yeah, he does often. He says things, George, on that channel that I'm hoping that don't carry over to the main channel, but sometimes they do a little bit there. Watermelon isn't that great compared to mango as well, says Luke. And also we have got the George is going to say just drink some chalky milk as well, and so melons aren't perky, says David there with the question. But yeah, at this stage they get the Ryan Wheeler Memorial Trophy as well here for Taranaki, and they are going to be able to get themselves that extra bonus point, like I mentioned. Waikato get the 1 though, and Taranaki get 5. I just did you see that little bit of skill here? And also only Kiwi OnlyFans, where George just says cuss words as well. I wouldn't put it past him. I feel like he would be quite keen on that idea because I'm stretching now. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep. I don't think I've ever been this tired on a live stream. Fun fact, like I believe the only other one that I was like this was the final for Gallagher Premiership, how it was Harlequins taking on the Exeter Chiefs, and I ended up pretty much having to end at halftime because I almost fell asleep. That couch looks comfy, but nonetheless, we will be back it will be 4:30 p.m. and we might have a George here for this live stream as well. For the next one between Canterbury and Waikato. Hopefully, I do end up finding a second wind and I will be able to get going for those live streams later on tonight, unless, of course, I end up well and truly crashing for the whole night. But then we would still have our live streams tomorrow as well, if that was the case. But hopefully we will make it through and we will just keep on going. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like as well. And we have got them maybe back in her prime. Not nowadays daughters. Ones, it sucks. They've moved out to Hawaii recently. No eye candy around here as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we've got there. Let's go Hawks Bay. Says 8 thanks for the stream, Hamish. The cute lads. If you're too tired, then rest as well, says Katie Dixon. I feel like as soon as if George comes round, I think I will be fine. If George doesn't come round, I probably will end up falling asleep on my chair or smacking my head on the desk and just going like that. But I feel it's weird. Kind of coming and going in waves at the moment. I'm kind of like wide awake 1 second, and then it's like, hey, you want to yawn? And then it's like, yeah, we'll give him a yawn. And good stream, Hamish, brother. Cheers, chat as well. And don't deprive yourself of sleep as well, says Katie Dixon. And normally I normally get my 8 hours. Normally. That's something that I pride myself on. But I think last night there was a lot of pressure on trying to get that exact 8 hours. And then my body was just like, you know what? We're going to prank you. We're going to stay up a little bit later than you want to. But yeah, I should be all good. Should be all good. I'll go have something to eat. An apple. Apples are good for you. And they keep you wide awake. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe like I mentioned. And I will see you all for the next one. Prediction for the next game. Ooh. Hawke's Bay are a hard side to beat. Although they were at home for their last match. Canterbury are also a hard side to beat, but they haven't got a few of their players. So I would say that Hawke's Bay are going to sneak it in that one by about 7. We'll go 7. No, actually, we're going to go 8. Canterbury miss out on the live stream. Can you live stream a dream as well? Says Almost Human. The thing is, I had a dream last night about me live streaming. And each time I'd end up kind of suddenly half by waking up because I felt like I had forgotten to read the chat. So I'd end up kind of waking up and being like, oh, such and such said this. And then I'd be like, no, it's 1:30 a.m. Live stream has not quite started yet. But yeah, pretty much I kept on going slightly to sleep and then going, oh, the chat. And then I ended up missing it out. A wet dream. It wasn't a wet dream. Was just a nice little commentary dream, I guess you could say as well. Canterbury, as well, says Katie Dixon there. George will be going for Canterbury for that game as well, I believe, which will make it very interesting. I say Canterbury to win as a Crusaders fan as well, says Sammy Souza. So yeah, it should be a very exciting match for that one as well. And something else that I can do if I'm fancy enough. Am I fancy enough? I can't quite remember. I believe I can actually put the link at the end of this live stream. No, I can't. I'm not too sure how to do that. I was going to put the link so that you guys can transfer straight over to that next live stream if you do want to sit there for around 40 minutes or so, which is quite a long time, so I can understand if you would want to not do it as well. But we will go, yeah, we will go to the upcoming live streams. We click this one. We go like this as well, and we go like this, and we go like this as well. There we go. Now it is going to be put in the chat. So that is the link to the Taranaki, or no, it's not. It's the link to the Hawke's Bay versus Canterbury game that we will be covering on the channel in only around 40 minutes time. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in a